Okay. So, I got everything all set up. So, I will focus on the game. And while I play that, like, I got everything all under control. Just, I'm just gonna be doing a side game while
No, take your time.
Okay.
No, take your time, bud.
I will participate more often. It's just you gotta let me know, all right?
Yeah. Just I'm gonna start. Is everything set up now? I could go.
Yep.
Okay, good.
All right. Back to the adventures of Ava.
Oh yes, indeed.
Woohoo.
Gonna start. Or are we good?
Yeah, we did that way.
Part out.
I'll help narrate that.
And one second. Try to fix them.
Piano player is not very good. You lift up the piano scanner. Coat revealed a hatch on his back that leads to his innards. It's locked, but it's not very good luck.
Good. We don't gotta leave it alone for now.
Main point sign. Slop mate, fop mate.
Oh,
Let's
by
see.
the
Now
way,
it's your turn.
Oh. So who's playing him?
But he wants to.
Hey, what are you doing in here, employees on the bud?
Oh, sorry. I was just, looking around.
You're the nosy type, eh?
Well, I prefer adventuresome.
As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I'm out of saltpeter and need something to go pick up some more.
Saltpeter. Isn't that used to make gunpowder?
And other things, look, who's the chef here, me or you?
Okay. Where can I find it?
Your best bet's a military camp.
Because it used to make gunpowder.
Shit up. This one is Fort Cowardice. They keep it in little green jars. The chef marks the fort on your map. You discovered a new map location. Fort Cowardice.
Alrighty. I'll be right back. Check out this confounded map here.
Gotta make my gunpowder chili.
Gunpowder chili. I will need that
By
for a little
the
bit.
big way, I finished Batman.
You found a wrecked bank stagecoach with a strongbox in the back. It's too heavy to carry, but too locked to open.
Oh.
Oh
This is
well.
why I need my needles for this. You don't got needles, you can't pick up nothing. And you got
It's a
forges.
great railroad cactus. It's your
It's more
partner.
rat.
Fort Cowardice.
That dialogue
Wait,
most
there's
definitely
a
at 200.
colorblind mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, colorblind mode is.
It's always
It's always
colorblind mode.
White.
Get it? I think that's an achievement.
Yeah.
You never know.
Never know.
Stupid walking. Nostalgia mode. You climb up to the watchtower and take a look around. Nice view from up here. These cabinets are mostly empty, but there are a handful of boring personal records in the back of one drawer.
Let's examine them.
They're incredibly boring.
Well, I want the details concerning.
Fine, you read me. Patricia Smith, secretary, pay grade C5. Born 2/11/38. Deceased 12/8/62. Missed days 12. Procured 6 days 63. Satisfied?
Yes, I'm satisfied concerning.
In
Oh,
general,
God
this is a
darn it.
door, more specifically. It's the door to the general's office. Even more specifically, it's the locked door to the general's office. This cupboard is
Fair.
bare. Looks like there's some good mess left.
Take it.
Bless this mess. It's a spice rack. Little green labeled jars. Hopefully this is the stuff the chef was looking for. Got an item, shaker, saltpeter.
Got my saltpeter. Yeah.
You hear the sounds of several goblins snoring inside this tent.
Well,
Guns ablazing, leave them alone.
time for them to die.
Ruthless.
They can't touch me. So I got this thing.
The old
Wham.
1-2 punch. Oh yeah, you also got the 1-2 punch.
Well,
Oh!
that's
Stars
dead.
down.
Oh,
Oh! Whiff.
Until you they
You
cannot hit you with this.
heroically defeated some goblins. Lock and footlocker rested away. Footlocker still locked. An unlocked footlocker, I guess that makes it just a footer.
Yes, this is the footer.
Unlocked footlocker, I guess that makes it just a footer. Full canteen, silver bullet.
Gosh, I miss having my needles.
Shelf has some unlooted medical supplies on it. None of them looted.
Looted.
You bolster supply of medical goods at the expense of the shelves. And a little tiny safe. Based on the
Generally,
papers and
they're not
analytical
specific.
diagrams scattered across the surface, you're guessing this does belong to Fort Cowardice's nurse.
Look at the papers.
The papers are mostly just boring medical records, dental daguerreotypes, lamentations that antibiotics haven't been discovered yet, that kind of thing. Hey, what is this? This looks like might be important. Marching orders. Look at the diagrams. There's a bunch of disgusting drawings of sliced open bodies.
Let's leave.
This coat is soaked with blood. Cop.
You. Inside.
You don't have to say. This sign says toilet and goblin, which makes them pretty likely goblins use this tent as a toilet. No way you're gonna go in there.
Oh.
It's an unusually sized cannonball.
You gonna take it?
My God, you're walking so funnily.
Can. It's a con. It's a con. Like the old saying goes, life gives you cannon, make cannonade.
I thought it was going to let you lemons make lemonade, but who knows? Who's keeping score here?
You stumble across an overturned stagecoach. Flip it over.
Flip it over, dang it.
You muster your strength and get the stagecoach right side up. It's still an abandoned stagecoach, but at least it's less of an eyesore.
It is.
And someone can finally use it as something else.
Maybe.
Wait, who in tarnation was that?
Oh, this guy looks like he's in a lot of pain. Sturkio.
Hello. Were you able to get some broken leg pills? Without them, I'm stuck just sort of lying here in the street.
Nope, still looking.
Oh, jeez. Well, no pressure or anything, but...
I know, concern it.
Ow.
I
You're
can't
not
feel
close.
my legs.
I shouldn't
My
have
leg.
I shouldn't have taken that date with Gala.
You got that saltpeter yet?
Yep, got it right here.
That's stuff, thanks. Okay, next thing I need is a certain kind of hot pepper. It's called a murder pepper.
Because it's real spicy?
Because it literally has a knife and kills people who ask dumb questions. They grow in the air outside of town. You should be able to find it when you wander around for a while.
Okay.
I told you I gotta make my chili gunpowder. You catch a whiff of something that makes your eyes water. You trace it to a source, a vividly colored red shape hanging from a scraggly little plant. This must be the southeast western murder pepper that fella Jewel was looking for.
Grab
Grab
it.
it. Your finger and thumb immediately start throbbing as you pluck the pepper. You toss it into your rucksack before it can do any more damage.
Ooh.
Southeast western murder pepper.
Hot. What
A
is that
Carolina
doing?
Reaper, it is not. Yeah, that is. I think that's still considered the hottest, spiciest pepper on Earth, right?
Carolina Reaper?
Yeah.
What about the
Unless
ghost
they
pepper?
made something. No, Ghost Pepper came first, and then Carolina Reaper. But
Oh,
Ghost
okay.
Pepper
Ah,
was
yes.
still. Ghost Pepper was still in the wilds. Carolina Reaper was man-made.
Wait.
Did you find me a murder pepper?
Yeah,
Yeah,
here it is.
Carolina Reaper's a man-made pepper.
Wait. Man-made how?
Yeah. How?
They crossed a lot of different peppers together, meaning it doesn't appear in the wild, like unlike a jalapeno or a habanero, yeah, or a ghost pepper.
I believe like I had
those
that.
big ones.
I believe
that'll
I
last
had
a while.
that
Good one.
some sort of conversation before.
Okay, so if you're still looking for stuff to do, I need someone to go check my mail. I ordered a new saute knife, but I haven't got time to go fetch it myself. Here's the key to my post office box.
All right.
Yeah, habaneros and jalapenos you could find. You know, like people can grow those, you know, but they can be found in nature. But something like a Carolina Reaper was made using different peppers, you know,
So
crossbred.
then, what about the whole Trinidad Scorpion Butch teeth pepper? That's between
What?
California Reaper and Ghost Pepper.
Carolina Reaper has more Scoville than Ghost Pepper. Ghost Pepper was considered spiciest pepper at one time, but then it was replaced by Carolina Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go by the Scoville meter.
I'm Ava Carson. Any meal for me?
Nope.
Darn. Thanks anyway.
I'm not sure of.
Down P.O. Box 441, the one that belongs to the chef at the Jewel.
Open box 441. You were saying, Vass?
Mhm.
Vass, you were saying something?
Oh, just looking at the Scoville
Mhm.
scales kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
You
Um,
open a box and
pure
the torn and
Caspian.
junk mail falls out to reveal a knife just sitting loose in the box. You pick it up, saute knife. Oh, capsation. It's not Caspian, it's capsation.
Capsation.
Yep,
Taxation. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, people get it confused with Caspian.
Heaven forbid Louisiana gets their hands on it.
It's
Oh God, we put that in so many dishes.
what is? Wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
This I don't. Is it an actual pepper?
Carolina Reaper? Yeah.
No, I mean capsaicin.
Capsation? Yes.
Yes. Okay,
You got
so
my knife?
basically, a capsaicin is more than the California Reaper by 50 million Scoville. Well, heat units.
They may have found a new one because
Here you
remember,
go.
they're always trying to find more spice. Have you got my knife?
Yeah.
Yep, here you go.
Excellent. That'll work a
Well,
lot better than that hammer.
California Reaper has 1.4 million. No,
Mm-hmm.
around 1.4.
Scoville.
You
Okay,
haven't
I only
mentioned.
need one. Alright, go ahead.
You haven't mentioned about the whole pure Caspian or.
Capsation. I'm gonna keep drilling that in your head. Yeah, it's capsation.
Capsation.
Okay,
Capsation,
I only
capsation.
need one more favor from you, but it's the most important. I used
Okay.
to have this recipe for a very secret jerk sauce, but my jerk friend Dave J stole it from me, and then he died and took the secret to his grave. Literally, I mean, he was buried with it.
You want me to dig up his grave?
He's dead. He won't mind.
Well, okay.
Pepper X?
What was that again? The Dave.
Oh, there's
Chipana.
looking at Scoville heat units, different charts.
Mm-hmm.
One of
That's
it,
right.
there's also Pepper X, which is oh right. Hold on, I don't like this. Don't like the one bit of this.
Well, if we're going to hunt down the necromancer, this looks like a good place to start.
Watch out for those pile of bones. I could just tell looking at them like they're ready to jump in and fight.
We'll be ready.
Here lies Dave B. 1834-1884. Died with his boots on, but not his pants.
Well, let's dig up his grave.
You dig up the grave just to check the veracity of the epitaph. Sure enough, boots, but no pants. Brown boots.
No,
His remains look pretty restless.
put him down.
Got the jump on him. Go get him, Vassar. Woo!
No, she'll upgrade
You're making the
automatically.
restless
So
remains more restful. Alice picks up a bone and examines it carefully. Here lies Dave C. 1828-1884. Went down in a theater. Pretty restless. Look out, he's got a 2x4.
You know, I was at a fun time. Oh, man, I wish I could watch that VOD again, but there was a Twitch streamer that goes by They Call Him Cake. Actually, they call him a cake. PB, yes,
Yep.
yes, the artist. But I really love his Pizza Tower hot California. Well, Citizen's Choice challenge.
Alice
That's right.
surveys the scene and jots down some notes down in her little notebook.
Oh man, that reminds me I should watch the VOD again.
Here lies Dave J. 1826-1884. Rap hap hap pow. Dig up the grave. You dig up the grave and pry open the coffin. Instead of a corpse, it contains a garbage bag? Strange.
search inside.
You reach into the garbage bag and are surprised to find it's full of pudding. No, it's not just pudding. It's pudding motor oil. Who would do this?
Keep digging.
You finally manage to reach all the way to the bottom of the bag and achieve a sodden lump from the bottom. You unglob the wad and dry it off, then wash your arm in a nearby ditch. This better be worth it. Dave's
Let's
secret
leave.
sauce. Oh my gosh, we got Dave Thomas's secret sauce from Wendy's?
Uh,
Died of a heart attack. See you in 36 years.
I kind of wish what's
He's looking
more
in the skies,
inside
maybe
the
that
pink
demon
sauce.
killer, 40 angry bears.
But that fat is dead now. So,
Gravedigger left his lunchbox here.
Oh, look, free lunch.
And they said there was no such thing. No such thing as a free lunch. VaStar knows better.
Hey, yeah,
No,
yeah, I do.
Have a fork.
Oh man, if you're ever gonna watch this VOD, you're gonna have a good time seeing this because.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, I like PB. He's PB's
No.
done collab. What?
No. I mean the one I'm currently recording.
Oh, okay. Because I say PB.
great.
Oh, you're not recording the Blitzcap one, are you? It's a pile of bones that isn't moving around for a change.
No, I'm not recording Blitzcap.
They're mostly just boring broken bones, but you do find a skull with a weird tag on it. Skull with an odd tag on it. Here lies Dave G, murdered by a different fella named Dave G. Here lies Dave D. The truth was out there. It killed him. Yeah, David Duchovny, X-Files. Not many people might not get that if they weren't a 90s kid and actually watched the X-Files.
My
It's about
parents
a
watch
mostly
it a
burned
lot.
up
But
rag.
I
be a
never
person.
watched the X Files, but I know about the X Files.
Oh, it's good.
My father always watched that all the time.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Your
Investigate.
followers?
My dad.
Oh, right. I misheard that again. Oh,
There's a power. What's the?
Yeah, no, I said that. Investigate.
Oh, let's investigate it.
You dig through the rags and find a few things that look like they're worth keeping. Gore-splattered scroll. Human ashes. There's a receipt here. You got a robe receipt.
This is 150 black silk robes. Sounds pretty
Sounds
ominous.
pretty ominous.
oh boy.
It's time you started gathering clues about the whole permametulum dead situation that's going on around these parts. Grab a notebook and paperclip the receipt to the first page.
I should check
Necromancer.
that out.
Some kind of ritual circle drawn on the ground in red chalk.
I can't do
The
anything.
Naveyard. Yeah, you can keep checking the crypts if you want, and I remember that you would just keep getting boss battles.
Yeah, there's
fights.
they have infinite fight spots.
Yeah.
Like the spiders that man
You
at the
found
manor.
You found a pair of saddlebags slung over a tree bench. Stenciled letters on the side read, "Property for All Dead Library." The bag is full of books, mostly boring military feat manuals. You do find one specific interest to you, though. Advanced Cowpunching, Volume 32.
Yeehaw!
Alright, let's look new cowpunching. Read it. There's a chapter about rubbing your skin with sandpaper in order to thicken it. Gives thick skin.
We're getting
There's a
that one.
chapter written by a guy who survived 17 different near-fatal gorings. He learned about not getting gored. There's a complex pronunciation guide written by a linguist who was raised by cows. Gives menacing moo. Skill that reduces the muscle of all your opponents.
I'm gonna get that one next, but I'm getting thick skin. I'm gonna need it.
You pull the
Okay.
conveniently included sheet of sandpaper out of the book and rub your skin with it until it's nice and thick. Then you try to put the sandpaper back in the book and end up ruining the whole thing.
No, that
That
just okay. That
sounds
just reminds me of
painful.
something. I saw that tweet once where like someone said they didn't like the tattoo anymore, and what I saw was like a piece of skin on the. I saw a piece of skin like with the tattoo on it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's well, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's just sounds pretty guys are making me hurt all over just thinking about that. Stop it. Gun manner, that's it.
Yeah, I already had an issue with that. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
I
You
mean,
come across a goblin marching around in the woods. They're taller than a typical goblin, probably because their boots are taller than a typical goblin boots. In fact, these boots are so tall, they must be half stuffed with socks to keep the tops from jamming the goblin in the groin. The goblin sees you and marches over, attempting to look intimidating instead of awkward. Hey, human! Hey, what you doing in this place? This is my ground for stopping.
oh yeah,
Do you mean your stomping grounds?
What? Talk to it.
Your boots are which are very tall. Am I seeing?
Yes, tall boots to having. So also tall I am.
That's cool, but they are uncomfortable seeming very.
do, having no sensation in my feet now. So this is fine. Oh, you can't intimidate. Attack you, I must.
oh boy.
Oh! Vastar got kneed in the groin.
Ma'am.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm out.
You gave that
you-
god one, too. The
No, wait a
boots.
minute. You're right here.
It's your partner.
That's the church. I'll wait out here.
Why?
I tend to, well, get argumentative around church balls. Especially when it's topic of life after that comes up.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Gosh, I really like none.
Yes, I'm Sister Tabitha.
I'm Ava Carson. What's with the cops?
Well, what with the cow tax and so on, I felt my faith would be better served by running this place as a clinic rather than just a church. I also sell medical supplies. If you like your healing, to go.
Do you need any errands run or anything? I hate asking that question.
Funny you should ask. I've been
Darn it.
experimenting with the healing properties of purple grass that grows near here, but I've run out. Would you mind picking some for me? It grows near a cave that makes an unusual humming sound.
You discovered a new map location, Humming Cave.
No problem. I'll be right back with it.
I don't know what the... welcome back.
What you saying, what?
Were you able to find the humming cave and the purple grass?
No, not yet. Sorry.
That's disappointing, but I trust you keep your promise.
Nope. Jeez,
Can you
don't have
buy
to-
some medical supplies?
Oh, here
Yes,
they are.
I do.
Broken leg pills? Yes.
Oh, yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I literally don't know. What was I doing with that voice? Holy shit.
We're just doing something cool.
It's purple grass. You're smoking it. I mean,
Yeah.
duh.
Wait, can you get
Purple
can you
grass
smoke?
and sassafras and lemongrass. Hey, lemongrass is delicious in Thai noodles. I've had
Really?
lemongrass and garlic. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That's good.
I believe you.
You're just gonna be wondering, Sally.
Okay, I'll do it. Howdy there, I'm Wandering Sally.
Hi, Sally. I'm Ava. What's your line?
Chad, and I wander all around these lands just like lands of labor, and I buy a little and sell a little here to make my way. Care to see the wares?
Sure thing. What you
Well,
got?
howdy, Ava. I got a pickaxe, I got work boots, I got a fungicide bomb, I got a lucky marigold, bar soap, lock, carrot, apples,
Needles.
and needles.
Needles. Well,
Now
thank
don't go
God.
stabbing yourself in the eyes with that. You watch
I'm gonna
yourself
stab-
there, Ava.
I make no promises. This is the West, and plus I'm working like this, so I just stabbed myself. I want to leave.
Ava,
Bye.
don't crawl
What
around
the-
with them needles.
What the hell
I
are you
can
two
help it.
talking about?
Ava, you stop that right now. Or
Fine.
I'll have to ask to give them back to me. I'll give you full
Ooh.
refund.
Look, Fort All Dead. Let's call Fort All Dead.
You found an abandoned crate with all those silence stenciled on the side. Maybe the shippers decided which wasn't worth the effort, considering.
Open it up.
Open it up. You probably lit off the crate and helped yourself to the contents. Can't let taxpayer-funded material go to waste after all. Now let's get back to the trail, soldier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, Fort All
Back
Dead.
for old Dad.
Uh-oh.
Well, it isn't exactly. It's your partner.
That's
Oh my god, damn!
yeah, that's a little intense.
Let's do something about this. Immediately.
Any ideas?
Any ideas?
Well, only way I can think of to get rid of all these things all at once would be to poison them somehow.
That isn't very doctorly.
What? You never heard of vaccination? Look, would you rather fight an army of skeletons all at once, or find a way to slip something into their superwise, not as they quite liked?
Not yet. I can't.
Unfortunately, Dr. Ava never figured out how to play Final Fantasy to save her life, so she didn't know about this thing called a Phoenix Down that was perfect on these soldiers.
These guys will be.
All you gotta do is make them live so they die. These toilets are all very clean. Toilets are very clean. It's a toilet. It said something about it's a toilet. I don't know what it said.
They're all toilets. There's nothing really here.
It just was.
Barks.
That's what I saw.
Put lock at the end of the foot of the bed. Nothing there but a sewing kit. 3 needles. Good. This foot locker's still locked. Lock picking needle. You pick the lock, removing something. Foot locker's only half locked. This lock only contains the utmost of locks. You pick the lock, hardtack. Oh, hey, what's this? Saber. I remember using that, Calvary Saber. Lock is rusted away to nothing. Open it.
Oop.
Canteen, pick the lock. Foot locker's still locked. Hardtack, chemical bullet.
Oh, this thing easy. Got 2 more needles left. Hope I can find
Yeah,
more
the ones
hay.
you bought from Sally.
Not yet. Don't want to do them just yet. I'm gonna
Yeah,
need
we
it
gotta poison.
for
Oh
way
yeah, the
later.
cannons. Hey, there's something. Trash smells terrible.
Dig through it.
No way, stench is terrible. Oh, yeah, stench was. Yeah, you need the smelly the flowers. I remember that one. Yeah, you bought those flowers, right?
Yeah, I got 'em.
Okay.
Patrol cap.
Old patrol cap. Ooh, somebody left a knapsack here.
Look inside.
You did. Wait, what's this? A note? Yes, it's a note. Optic ley lines.
This is a note from the necromancer to one of his cultist flunkies.
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 This is also an evil-looking leather-bound tome.
Uh-oh.
You got item introductory Next-Mex. This last thing is a little diary, which you decide to leave in there in case the owner comes back looking for it. Read it.
No, you don't want to read this thing.
Yeah.
Well, not with Doc Alice, because she will
Did
rage
we never-
you.
Wait,
Oh,
huh?
yeah, because it's a necromancy. Yeah, it's necromancy. Get it? Next-Mex.
Which is fast.
Text mix.
oh, so you know what happens if you do read it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alice leaves you.
Yeah, if you read it too long, you become evil. But I'm trying to avoid at this playthrough.
Yeah, you're ruthless, but you're not evil. You're good ruthless.
But
Yeah.
Nice, Evan.
if there was like another,
yeah, oh yeah, it's a bunch of skeletons in there. Oh, I remember that.
if there was another character besides Alice, I would have shown that path or what would happen if you would have read all those books. It gives you great reward, but it messes you up so bad.
Whatever. I just chose the one who was about to commit suicide.
Good Lolito.
Abandoned pickle factory. Can we go back to the pickle factory? To your delight, you see it's still over a big circus tent
Oh.
towering over the pines. A circus.
Keep going where we're going for now.
No.
Sure, let's go to the circus.
Nope. We
Oh
gotta
yeah.
return.
Did we miss any spittoons on the
Oh
way?
yeah, we gotta get the broken leg pills to the guy.
Yeah. No, not yet.
Spittoons.
At the side of the trail, you see a small hell cow, a hell calf really. It snorts at a patch of brush, lighting a fire, and starts grazing. Fight it.
Kill it. Kill it now. It can't do anything.
Oh, hell cow.
Wow, over.
You beat up
over
that hell
brush.
calf. Good job. Tainted beefsteak. You skin the cow with your trusty knife.
Extra leather.
And they said there wasn't no cow level in West of Loathing. Take that, Diablo. Out of the way, Missy.
Check on him.
There you go, sir.
Alright. Oh, hello, were you able to get some broken legs pills? Without them, I'm stuck just here, sort of lying here in the streets.
Yep, here you go.
Whew, I feel like a new man again, or at least the same man with a new leg.
That's good. Now go drink some milk. Or something, okay?
He waves and skips happily away.
Yay, and
Uh-huh.
then he broke his leg again.
No, you got ran over
No,
by
he
a
landed
cart,
in a-
God.
No, he landed in a cactus.
Ow, ow.
Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, sick.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
I-
the stuff for the
we got
chef,
that?
wasn't it? Yeah, I had to go to the chef.
Yeah, I completed all those. Yeah. This part, try to fix them.
Assumes a needle. You pick the lock, you open the hatch and check out the machinery side. There's obviously something wrong given all the plinking and springing and clicking noises coming out of that gears and stuff. It looks pretty complicated.
Ah, I see what's wrong.
You recalibrate some springs and rearrange some gears, and the machinery inside starts operating smoothly. This music improves immediately.
Nothing to it but to do it. That's not to say that. Okay, I need help. Too much goofy
Just-
movie.
Got that recipe yet? That one my
Yeah,
jerk
I
friend
got
Dave Jade took to his grave?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, thanks a million, buddy. Now my slop will be world famous. Here, let me give you a little something for all your trouble. It fell in the slot, but it's still good now.
All in day's work.
Now I can make my own baconators. Take that, Dave J.
Brain muscle. Won't need it. Most need it.
Instead of bacon, it's gunpowder.
Yeah, it'll
Same.
explode your bowels.
Say what now?
What? You examine a weird note, but you can't make heads or tails of it. Stick it to your necromancer journal for now.
I should check that out. But I really should go to the human cave for the nurse.
Or a circus. You spot a hellcat grazed on the side well just as spots you. Its eyes glow, and 2 shadow cows split off from it, forming a small, frightening herd.
Kill it.
This hellcalf learned how to do shadow clone jitsu. No! VaStar ate it again.
Oh, holy
VaStar got
shit.
gored. Yeah, VaStar got gored.
Yeah, unless you're Susan Cochran, you won't get that much of a chance. But
Yeah,
if
look at
those-
all the
like,
shadow clone jutsus.
the dead with the skeleton shoe will level up. But
You managed to defeat the calf and all of its shadows, and in doing so, slightly reduced the amount of evil in the world. Cow's blood. Meat. Extra thick leather.
three of them. Just another
And
day at
one-
the office.
And 1 wounded VaStar.
Oh, poor him.
Just shut up. I'm not.
This is
I'm
a-
not made for this shit. You brought me along.
Only undead. These rocks are weirdly organized.
Pick it. The purple grass.
You know, some purple grass. There we go. Do. You might be able to push this over. Try it. There's a snake
Well,
ain't gonna let you pass out of struggle.
Actually,
Yeah, I push it over.
Mm-hmm.
Push it.
Yeah, you can push it over.
Yeah, 10 muscle.
Evo, yeah, you get more experience that way.
Either or.
Oh, yeah, it's
experience.
the slip gate. Yep. Bizarre
Make
ruin.
good reference.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Yeah, the vibrato stuff.
I remember that, yeah. A
And this
weird
te-
device.
A whole new darker turn.
Strange
Not darker,
stone
strange
arrow.
Turn.
Hmm.
The other vibrato stuff is actually pretty cool.
Ava didn't know what this was for, but she knew that King Raru would want her to use it to make something.
Exactly.
Back to the rescue mission.
This strange stone area you found starts going crazy, beeping and booping and whirling around in its own accord. Practically drags you in the direction of a strange, decrepit-looking house. The professor's house.
Go and continue. We're going to check that out later. We're going to check it out. Just have a weird plan. Beth?
Oh,
VaStar.
well, okay. Welcome back. Were you able to find the humming cave and the purple grass?
Yep, here you go.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Blessings upon you.
I'm going to leave now. I feel very uncomfortable. Bye.
May God
Blessings of
rest your soul.
Akatosh upon you, Outlander. Look at
So
Yowza.
what should we check out now?
So now we got to go to the professor's house, or we got to go to the circus.
we could go to either or.
You
I
found an
mean.
abandoned crate which has mine stuff stenciled on the side, which is the worst grammar you've ever seen, even in a time and place notable for its poor grammar.
Open it with my crowbar.
You pry the lid off the crate and help yourself to the contents, which are now your stuff. Smelling salts, dynamite, can of kerosene.
Nice.
Nah.
The beeping machine leads you to a ramshackle house in the middle of a desert.
Just a moseying.
This appears to be an extremely powerful magnifying mirror, basically an inside-out microscope.
Check myself out.
Microscope mites that live in your eyelashes seem to be getting along just fine. Yep,
Yeah.
the actual, yeah, it actually gets the actual mites. The professor's toy is in very good repair. Master
Take that,
Flushing.
toilet.
His books are so boring, it's a wonder the shelf isn't full of holes.
I see what they did there.
Oh my god.
A map annotated with the circles and lines.
Excuse me, my name's David Carson.
What? Oh, I didn't notice you come in. I'm not used to visitors, but folks generally call me the professor. If there's something I can do for you.
Well, I found this bleeping gizmo, and I sort of followed the bleeping, and it led me here.
Well, albeit it'll lead you to the right place, long lady. This is a El Reparto technology, and I happen to be as much an expert as anyone alive today.
Hell, what now?
El Vibrato. They were an ancient race that lived here long before
Uh,
human. Well, they mostly live underground, so they might still be alive. Well, might still be living, as far as I know. Never seen a peep of an active person, though.
I really hope that
Machine they left
I really
behind.
hope that El Vibrato is the one I think it is.
I don't know.
You'll find out.
What
Were
a
they
fool.
space aliens?
Could be alien or genius pre-human or entirely different terrestrial evolution line. At this stage of investigation, it's impossible to say. Isn't it exciting? Here, let me have a
Is he
closer
having a
look at your
stroke?
peeping gizmo.
What's all?
El
Give me the
Vibrato,
facts.
does it have anything to do with Ezio Auditore?
No.
And I believe this device,
No.
all it does is vibrate to cause explosion.
No.
So it could.
Okay,
As I suspected, this is one of their transponder. It detects other El Vibrato technology and homes in. You see, that's be why it led you here. I've got the thing I've been trying to repair.
he tinkers around with the transponder for a bit and then plugs a strange stone marble into a socket on it.
There you go, good as new. Just swipe up or down to turn it on or off.
What?
Now I'm gonna warn you. This device will lead you to abandon El Vibrato technology, but it might also attract
Oh,
attention
yeah.
From what?
I know what it's, yeah.
from the El Vibrato technology. You'll see what I mean. Just be careful.
Yeah, I know what it's gonna lead you to, Dasher.
Just
Yeah.
hope it's not some of those statues from Breath of the Wild.
No, it's not.
I know.
Okay.
You know,
I
now
know
that
what
I
it
think
leads me
about
to
it,
as well.
you arrive at a perfect time in order to get anywhere further in my research. I need more sample of El Vibrato technology, but searching for it eats up all the time I could be used to research it.
Aha, I get you.
Right. You're there for some time, so bring me back whatever device you find, and if I can get them up and running, that'll be benefit both of us.
All right, deal.
Great. First priority will be to get my keystone fabricator running. They locked their door and fixed these little stone alloy blocks. See? So if we can make our own, that'll open a lot of doors for us, literally and figuratively.
All right, what do we need to do?
The components aren't rare, at least as far as priceless ancient technology goes. Bring me, about 5 handful of scrap. I should be able to salvage the last part I need from that much.
After that,
Look,
well, actually, I know what El Vibrato leads to as well, but that's like some of the best stuff in the game after you get certain. But that's like that's another thing that's for way later.
you spot Kremlin remains of an old dairy ranch on the horizon.
Go there
Butterfield
now.
Ranch. Butterfield. Oh, hell cow. Tuna cactus. You're gonna have to deal with this cow if you want to explore this area.
I'm gonna kill
Okay.
it right now.
Oh! Gored again.
Oh, God damn it.
Whiff.
She didn't drink enough. Give him the old 1-2 punch. Oh. You banished that demonic cow from this realm. Get thee hence, little doggy.
No.
Get along, little doggy.
Roasted cow tongue and some extra thick leather.
But no oxtail. It's a haystack. There might be a needle in it.
What do you mean? Get him
There
all,
is.
little doggy. What was that from?
That's something they would say to on a herd. Something buried in the smaller numbers.
All right, you
Dig in.
Ow, ow, ow. You got a red hot poker.
How
Also,
do you
that's
work?
something. That's also something Deadpool said in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It has some words carved in the side of the outhouse. Curly was here.
Wait a second.
You recognize that name, Curly. Curly Butterfield, the legend of Curly's meat. Looks like maybe this outhouse is worth investigating.
Let's investigate it.
Luckily, you don't have to actually go inside the outhouse because once you open the door, you find a map scratched on the inside of it. The map reveals the location of mine just west of the ranch, labeled Coal Ridge. Just give a new map location, Coal Ridge Mine. There's an insert map of the mine itself with a big X scroll between 3 strange triangular icons.
Curious.
So that whole little homage right there, very way out there, but it was actually reference to City Slickers 2, The Legend of Curly's Gold.
I
If anyone's ever
did not
watched the
know
City
that.
Slickers, yeah. If anyone watched the City Slickers movies, yeah. Legend of Curly's Gold. And the whole idea about finding that was about the second movie.
This upgraded. This upgraded. That.
Decent movie. It had three funny comedians, and it was Billy Crystal, Daniel Stern, and John Lovitz. So the critic, Marv from Home Alone, and what did Billy Crystal like? He's been in many different things. Yeah, funny stuff. Funny comedians.
Boots, brown boots. What's Jack Boots got?
Jack Boots. His boots were named after their inventor, Jason Boots. The malpriorism eventually stuck.
Let's speed run this. I'm trying not to speed
No.
run
Take
it.
it
I'm used to doing it.
That barn door is locked. Pick the lock.
Are you sure you're gonna be okay?
Yeah.
What?
Why?
You just said you were gonna do something.
You know, I used to speed run this
She's
game.
used to speed running, yeah.
But since I have people reading it, I'm gonna have to slow down on the speed running.
Yeah. So not to skip all the text. Right, go on inside. You pick the lock. Oh, look at all those butter churns. A pile of loose boards.
Don't have hammer or nails.
Jars of milk, mostly evaporated. Salvage what you can.
Oh yeah.
You managed to gather up 3 jars worth. You got an item, tainted milk. 3.
Yo, nice.
It's an old toy box.
Open it up.
It's full of toy skeletons. Another needle. It's a haystack. Hey, a needle and a haystack. But
No,
what will Ava be able to do with all that milk?
Actually, I never drank it, so I wouldn't know.
A loud thwack noise draws your attention, and you follow the sound to a man in a once white apron who is butchering a bighorn sheep or some other large desert animal with an oversized and heavy-looking meat cleaver. As he's hauling the implement onto his shoulder for another blow, he catches sight of you and hisses with a wild look in his eye.
Who's there?
Oh! Yep.
Don't touch me, girl. I'll chop you up like this goat or whatever it is.
Joe House done.
You know what? Ha, you can barely lift that thing. Let me show you how it's done.
You grab the cleaver's handle from the nonplussed butcher, left the blade over your head with a yar, and slam it into the carcass, chopping the beast right in half.
What do you think of that?
I'll just collect my meat here and go. Go ahead and keep the chopper. That's fine.
You got the bloody cleaver.
Okay.
The circus. Well, this is a little weird. You didn't expect to find a circus all the way out here. There's basically nobody around for miles. There's a rodeo clown manning the ticket booth. Well, there hasn't actually been a rodeo since the cows came home, so I guess he's just a clown.
Ugh, clowns.
Not a fan?
They're so creepy. When I was little, my uncle would give me nightmares with the old stories about them.
Those old fairy tales. Demon girls and demon cows fighting wars in hell.
Right. And supposedly rodeo clowns dressed up like that because the first rodeos were reenactments of those battles, and it became a traditional thing.
If you asked me 30 odd years ago, I've said you were nuts for you considered that might be real. These days, I'm not so sure. But that fellow there's just a man in makeup with a crap job at a car phone.
Yeah, I know. Still creeps me out, though.
It could have been worse for Ava and Ava and Alice there, because they could have been dealing with killer clowns from outer space.
No.
Dear.
There's a lot. No, I know he's gonna get that Detroit comes out.
With a shout, well, more of a loud hiss, a skeleton leaps at you from on the bush. She's wearing her cavalry hat and has a cavalry saber, but isn't riding a cavalry horse, which I'm pretty sure is the main thing that differentiates cavalry from infantry, if not only the thing. You ever
the old sergeant. Drill sergeant, yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. A tin hut. This what do you think you're doing out here out of uniform, soldier? Look at that pathetic display. Button missing, sleeves torn, total lack of skin. And what's your horse? You're a disgrace to your unit. I'm putting you out on training duty for a month. About face marcher.
Skeleton gives you a crestfallen salute and marches away. Harumph.
Harumph indeed.
You see a sign labeled "This way to Lazy A Dude Ranch" off the side of the rail. You mark a location on your map. You see have a new
Yeah.
map location, Lazy A Dude Ranch.
Let's check it out, dude. Cool.
Hey, dude. I remember that old Nickelodeon show. That was the Lazy E Ranch. An old
I never
bird
had
crate.
Nickelodeon
Guess
way
it
back
came
then.
with it. Kick it open. The stuff inside is unburnt. That's a pretty good crate. Lasso and depressed rancher candy. Oh, because it's not a Jolly Rancher, it's a depressed rancher. You ever had a Jolly Rancher, Vess?
Yeah, I have.
I'll do this one. Hey, like, howdy, I'm selling herbal remedies. Care to buy?
Oh, what kind of herbal remedies? That's a
The
tip,
kind
by
that
the
are
way.
gifted to us by Gaia without any interference by human hands.
So weeds.
That's a derogatory term created by the man, but yeah, basically.
No,
Buy one.
they're useless. They
You
don't do
snooze,
nothing.
you lose, dude.
No, he's important. Howdy.
Hey, yeah, howdy, man. What's happening?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Oh, not much, man. We moved out in this little patch of land to grow crops, and then we decided it's more natural just let Gaia grow whatever she wants, right?
I bet that's a lot easier too.
Right on, man.
Huh. Neat. So where'd you get that hat?
Oh, this friend of mine made it, man. I forgot which one.
What would you take for it?
Well, I've been thinking of trying a new style, man. Maybe like one of those hats the army guys used to wear back in the day. Like, it's kind of an ironic statement, man. There's an old fort over yonder that away. I'll swap you if you can find one of those, man.
Like this one, you mean?
Nice, man. Barter's like commerce, man, except natural. Can you dig it?
Yeah, groovy. I'm going to
And he
take
has this union cap on. Ava or Alice, what are you doing over there? Oh,
Howdy, I'm Ava.
I'm Lewis.
Uh,
Lewis Lathrop.
Why do you want first, Lewis?
Oh, jeez. Basically, because I'm stuck here farming with a couple of dummies who don't know how to farm a dang thing, so they just let the weeds grow as they call it natural. I'm so sick of eating dandelions, I could scream.
Why don't you leave?
I haven't got any meat or any other prospect or anywhere to go. I mean, dandelions are so dope, but they better than eating dirt. This is such a mess.
How'd you get in this predicament? How'd you get into the predicament?
I headed west after graduating baking school and fell in with these two because they taught a big game about natural grains. Fool that I was, I didn't realize all they were really interested in was getting silly on local weed and not doing any work.
So you're looking for work?
Gosh, yes, desperately. The only trade I know is baking, though. Do you know somewhere that's hiring a baker? Heck, even unpaid would be better than this if it comes room and board. I just want to get out of here.
I don't. Sorry.
oh.
Shucks. Well, if you hear anything, please let me know.
Will do. Trust me, she'll come way out from way later. There's nothing here. I'm used to
Nowhere
Gary the
garden.
Goblin because I could find like something to give to Gary.
Mm-hmm.
No, let me see. Find one here.
You found an abandoned crate with 4 Aldeads stenciled on the side of it. Maybe the shipper's side of it wasn't worth the effort, considering. Open it up. Rather than off it, yeah.
I know I'm gonna go here. Just
There's a dusty wooden crate lying in the trail, and it turns out to be half full of old dynamite. That's probably not something that should be lying out in the sun like that.
take it.
Carefully pick out the freshest looking sticks and get away from the rest as quickly as possible.
Continue on.
Back to the Potemkin gang. You find a pair of binoculars hanging on a passing cactus. I mean, a cactus you're passing, not a cactus that's passing you. It only looked like it was passing you because your frame of reference.
Grab him.
You got disposable binoculars. These will come in handy. They also come in pairs because otherwise they wouldn't be binoculars. They'd be monoculars. Like a monocle.
Trying to get to that great campsite.
You
Ooh,
You, well, I should say your El Vibrato transponder thingy starts bleeping, and you play hot and cold with it until you find a weird-looking crate hidden behind some rocks.
Open it.
You fumble around the outside of the crate until you find the bit that makes the lid slide open when you push it. Scraps 4, punch card, so you need 1 more scrap.
That gives me 5 more scrap.
As the trail curves through a patch of marshy ground, you catch a whiff of something worse than swamp gas. It's a stank above. A cow skull floating in a cloud of noxious vapors. And it saw you in before you smelled it. Fight.
Of course, you don't ever want to surrender to this thing.
Oh, they're quick. Yeah.
Die.
Damn, that is a lot of health.
Ah!
Oh!
It
Vast
did.
got
One
stinky.
shot again.
You really crushed that stinker.
Yes, I did.
You got a soul fragment.
Oh, that's not the other horse.
And now Vass is all stinky. A burly, grizzled man in leather, well, everything is busy peeling the skin off of a no longer recognizable animal. He looks up at you and growls, brandishing his skinning knife as to say, bother me and you'll be next. Bother me and you'll be next.
Yeah, I got that.
Get
I
it.
got
Oh,
skinning
no,
knife.
it's too late. Show him your skinning knife.
That's a knife. This is a. That's not a knife.
Don't be
This is
stupid. They're both knives, so you skid it 2-way.
well, not professionally or anything. It's just a hobby, I guess.
Alright, come over here and watch close. I'll show you a couple tricks.
Learn something.
Ooh.
You don't really understand the tricks, but they result in you getting some free skin, so you're happy. Extra thick leather, cold snake skin.
Cool.
Cool.
Nice.
No,
You
not
cross
now.
path, wander, sell. How do I even interested in selling, trading?
Not now, thanks.
Alrighty
Trying to
then.
Destroy a campsite. Since I went to the clowns already, it's not going to do that.
There's a crate lying in the dust. There's a pickaxe tense on the side of it. It's clear. It's indicate contents, destination, or open instructions. Probably lid with crowbar, so that's one of the possibilities eliminated. Kerosene, salts, patient, emetic, laudanum,
Not a lot.
old medicine.
The reason I'm searching is for the hope that.
That's a wooden crate.
You don't have to
Take
read all the stuff, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
find a destroyed campsite. Ooh,
Yo,
another
about
bottle.
a breeps and you sell a signal. One reason you might not is that led you to a hulking robot that could possibly pound you into scrap. There we go. Now you get to fight the El Verbato enemies. Approach it.
Yep.
Do it. There we go.
Ooh.
Ooh.
No.
God, Here we go.
My goodness.
Oh, at least I didn't die this time.
Congratulations.
Good, Megan.
Ooh. You spot a
Yeah.
Hellcalf. Alright.
Mm.
Well, you're probably gonna die on this one. Nope, okay. Start the Hellcraft.
What?
Nope. Shadow Clone Gourd.
I'm not playing with the other horse. Got the slow, crazy
Horse
local one,
cap.
so I'm gonna be getting those destroyed
Yeah, I mean, they're
campsites.
getting harder now, like, jeez.
No, they're not. Trust me.
Talk to the clown. As you approach, the clown puts on that basically cheerful facial expression that retail employees use when last thing they want to deal with is a customer, but they're not allowed to say so. I'll do it.
No, can I?
I'll do
I
it.
haven't
I'll do
done- Okay.
How come?
it. Welcome to Barnaby Bob's Perfectly Normal Traveling Circus. Sideshow ma'am, how can I help you?
I'd like to see the circus, please.
Well, you came to the right place then. But if you want to get inside, you'll need a ticket.
And presumably you can sell me one.
Why, certainly I can. It's my job after all. For you, ma'am, ticket will cost 5,000 me.
Well, you got. Say what?
Does that seem a bit high? I promise you, man. The price is real still.
Well, you got that right.
Sure, why
Why so
not?
expensive?
Well, now, this is no podunk little traveling circus. We've got rides, games, food, and amazing demonstration. Not throwing skill, man, other than Barnaby Bob himself.
Tell me more about the rides.
Well, I suppose you'd say ride, but we haven't had a single grizzly merry-go-round accident since, since we stopped turning it on.
Tell me more about the games.
Oh, we got tons of them. Does 3 count as tons?
3 is more like some.
We got some of them.
Tell me more about the food.
We got your favorites, popcorn, sarsaparilla with the fancy new bottle caps, and get this. Did you hear about the new thing a fella invented, cotton candy?
Yeah, I think I might have.
Well, it's still patented, but we're pretty sure we figured out how it works. Mostly, more or less.
Tell me about this Barnaby Bob guy.
Oh, the boss is a real master of knives. Let me tell you, he does this amazing stunt where he gets a volunteer from the audience up on stage. He throws dice at them. He never misses his target.
Did you leave out the part where he puts an apple on their head or something?
What? All right, sure.
You're doing a very good job of selling me this.
Why? Whatever do you mean?
Attempt to intimidate the clown.
You plant your hands on the counter and lean in toward the clown with a snarl.
I mean, I'm sick of being played for a fool. You think I'm gonna shell out that much meat to get into a dive like this? You got another thing coming. Are you gonna give me a ticket, or I'm gonna have to punch your ticket?
The clown grins, showing you a mouthful of yellow and usually pointed teeth.
Good.
Think you're a real tough cookie, eh? Listen good, bucko. All I have to do is shout, and you're our new sideshow exhibit. We'll call it the Amazing Crying Bag of Mulch. But hey, it'll get you in for free. How's that plan grab you?
Why oughta?
Step back, Junior. You out of your depth.
Well, no benefits.
Demon clown. I told you, killer clowns from outer space. I called it. You come across a horse trying fruitlessly to figure out how to use a pair of binoculars.
Grab him.
The horse reluctantly agrees and trots off, leaving the binoculars behind. Doesn't come in handy. Otherwise, it wouldn't be binoculars.
With that one.
Oh, we're gonna have to fight demon clowns?
No, well, not yet. Yeah,
The trail curves off. Oh, yeah, it's Swamp Cow. Alright. Look out, Ava.
Thing.
Hey, Alice lived. You really crushed that stinker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we gotta give no, I thought we had to give did we already give the pink purple rose?
Yeah, we did.
Let's sound the bushes' attention. Investigate. Wesley turns out to be a goblin wearing clown makeup and practicing their cartwheels and mostly failing. Eventually, they give up tumbling practice and start repeatedly throwing a shiny metal ball in the air. Goblin tongue.
Oh, wow. Hello?
Hello, hi.
What are you doing?
I am too learning a jungle. It tosses a single ball up in the air again, but distracted by the competition, missed the catch.
Okay, but why?
A clown becoming? Doing the circus far away to traveling? Far to traveling? And then to popping?
Popping? No, never mind.
Scared away.
Get out of here, clown. We don't need any clowns around here.
Oh no!
Well, I say it's true. Goodbye with you.
The goblin clown dejectedly cartwheels away, by which I mean it does about a cartwheel before falling down, then gets back up, tries it again, then goes on for quite a while before finally it's out of sight, flailing miserably. Couldn't get the cartwheel down. I know that feeling when I was a kid. Took me a while to learn how to do a cartwheel. A shot rings out and something buzzes past your ear. You quickly dive behind a rock just in case these two things are connected and not just say someone hunting nearby. And also there's a bee. Peering carefully around your rock, you eventually spot movement in the underbrush. It's a hunter with an old-fashioned matchlock rifle and a cloak with leaves on it, which is less effective as camouflage than it sounds because all the trees around here are pine trees. He also knows that he's been out for a very long time, which you can infer from the way he's literally a skeleton. Mock his hunting skills.
Hey, you suck. That was an easy shot and you blew it. I bet you couldn't shoot the ground on purpose. That's how bad of a shot you are. Who are you hunting anyway? Are you hunting the air? Well, what are you hunting anyway? Are you hunting the air somewhere to the left of me? Because that's all you hit. I don't think you can beat that. The patch of random air doesn't have much situational content. Is that why you're a skeleton? Because you're so terrible at hunting? So terrible you never successfully shot anything and you starved to death? So that's pretty sad and depressing, actually. Hello?
You peek back over your rock and look around, but don't see the skeleton anywhere. Looks like it gave up on you.
Alright. Destroy campsite.
Got her cowpoke trying to ride her horse up to a 45-degree surface of rocky ridge, and they're both having a hard time. Give them a boost. You dismantle your parallel horse and get behind the diagonal one, a couple of heaves and a hoe, and the cowpoke crests the ridge. Gives you a grateful tip on the hat and continues on her way. Hi-ho, Silver.
Hi-ho, Silver! Away! No, don't want to come here again. Just gonna run around for a
Giant
bit.
Potemkin Buster. You come across a horse trying to prove
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
more binoculars.
That's that. Yeah, that's
yeah,
that
another one.
again.
No! Mascot stink.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a destroyed campsite I could go to get into that place.
Your Elvo Brado. Alright, open it. More scraps. Okay.
But unfortunately,
Marcy
getting
ground.
to these
There you go.
places could be they rely on RNG, which I hate.
Yeah. Because it plays out like because this game plays out like a Dungeons and Dragons. You find a flyer for a dynamite store up north. It's charred around the edges like it got blown up here by an explosion. Mark the address down on your map. Discover the map location. Dynamite Dan's Discount Dynamite Dare House.
No thank you. Don't need to go there.
D. Hey, the Coleridge. Oh, another vibrato. Oh, wait a minute, you forgot that minecart. There's a row of lockers here. Must have been used for storing the personal effects of fellers used to work at this mine. First one is labeled Ellsbury WM. It doesn't have a lock on it. Label on the second one is covered in some kind of white goo. Third one is labeled Loose Ben. It has a combination lock on it.
Let's open the lock.
Lock contains one of those mana helmets, a lap on it, and a bottle of blood in them. Ellsbury.
Yay. Okay, second locker. Loose bin.
You open a door to reveal a skeleton covered in the same white goo that was on the outside of the locker. Ah, you get it. This guy must have died after his co-workers played a prank on him where they stuffed him in his locker and filled it with shaving cream. I can't believe you dang jerk stuffed me into that locker and then filled it with shaving cream. I died from that, yells the skeleton, confirming both your insight and his vengeful murderous intent.
Well,
Really?
gotta find it.
Well, shaving cream. Oh no,
Yeah.
he's still got shaving cream on him.
Ah,
I'm gonna give you the shaving cream headbutt. Well, at least he's not suffering anymore and his bones are really clean. Dan in a hurry. Loot it.
neat.
It's an exposed meat vein. You don't have a pickaxe or something, I guess, to get at it.
No, I don't. Rope,
Tie
calm
rope,
down.
alright, calm down. It's a good thing we went to that fort. There's a spot Curly's toilet notes mentioned. Dig.
Dig.
Oh, there was a compass buried in here. Curly's compass. Another meat vein. Another meat vein. More meat. Take it. Unrefined meat nuggets. Deepest. You don't like this one, but
Sadly, guys, I'm gonna
Reach
have
in.
to go. It's getting pretty late.
no
Yeah,
worries,
If you
sir.
want.
No, no
Have a
worries,
good
sir.
one,
We'll keep
everyone.
up. See ya.
See ya.
Yeah, reach on in. Meat vein throbbing. Unrefined meat nugget. And 28 meat.
There's a
This
couple
only
of
looks partially real. Ghost
good
meat.
anyway.
More meat. Take the fluid. Oh, that was nice of it. You don't like this one bit. Car is vibrating. Loot it. Unrefined meat nugget. Reach inside. It goes further than you expected. It's warm. Keep going.
Keep going.
You're up in your shoulder when you feel it. A beating heart. Rip it out. You got unrefined meat and 37 meat. Come on, mate. 98. Oh, there's the pickaxe. Hey, just exactly what you needed.
Get all these other meats.
Mm-hmm. Viral. Make you feel queasy. Rose meat vein.
Pick at it.
Mm-hmm. Nine.
Roast meat thing.
And
Pick at
another.
it again.
Got
Good
that
old
rope. Mm-hmm. More meat. Meat in them thar hills.
Hopefully I can get that to destroyed campsite. Don't want to go there
Snake
yet.
Spring over yonder.
There it is.
Destroyed campsite. Go there now.
You're not gonna read it?
You notice campsite often this appears to have been very comprehensively trampled to ruins. Go there now.
Okay.
The tent is a real mess. It looks like it was trampled by a whole herd of cows. There's something odd about it, though. It's your partner.
Well, now,
That's-
this place is hell of a mess. Looks like some poor bastard got his camp trapped by cows.
Not just his camp. Yikes. Okay.
Oh, what's in that backpack over there? A more thorough inspection reveals dusty boot prints on the tattered canvas. Cows don't typically wear boots. This knapsack seems to be taking a lot of abuse recently.
Search it.
This knapsack seems like it's taken a lot of abuse recently, but most of its contents are trash from being stomped on. You do find a dented can of potted meat, though. You also notice that the knapsack has a knife sheath strapped to the side, but you don't see the knife anywhere. Potted meat.
Got out of meat.
Oh. Yikes, you think maybe this used to be a person.
Investigate it. Diagnosis, doc?
No, cause of death. Cause of death. Hit by a freight train.
The only tracks I see are cow tracks, though.
Could have been cows, as well as they're missing way. Though cows aren't meat eaters.
Well, neither are trains.
The cow tracks leading away from the mangled corpse probably wouldn't be hard to follow them. Follow those tracks. And you have a reason to believe those tracks may be fake. You could either follow them or head in the opposite direction.
Go the opposite way.
You head in the opposite direction for about half a mile and discover another campsite. This one occupied. These are the campers carefully from a distance before approaching. Considering that they're dressed as rodeo clowns for some reason, you're a little hesitant about approaching at all. Ugh. There doesn't seem to be a rodeo anywhere near. Why would they do that? Approach the camp.
Yeah, of course.
The demon clowns.
Oh, yeah.
This rodeo clown is playing a harmonica. The tune he's playing basically goes doop doo 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 oop doop doo doo.
Say hello.
He nods politely but keeps playing. This rodeo clown is eating a comically large haunch of meat. He narrows his eyes at you as if to say, mine. This clown is idly juggling a knife. Howdy, stranger, he says with a smile.
Converse.
Vass can do this one.
Howdy, stranger.
Howdy. You guys are a long way from the circus.
You know our circus?
Yes, Barnaby Bob's Traveling Circus something. Right up north?
Bonnie Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus sideshow?
That's the one is way up north, though. What are you guys doing all the way down here?
Camping.
The clowns
You can tell by-
exchange glances.
You can tell by the campfire.
What I mean is, why are you guys camping all the way down here, so far from home?
Whoa, well, we're on break, so we decided to take in sights.
What sights? There's the middle of nowhere.
Nonsense! Check out those cactuses over there, and those buildings, and, well, all the sand. Plenty of things to see.
Can you tell me a bit about your circus?
I thought you said you've been.
No, I haven't seen. I've seen the big painted canvas walls and all, but I haven't actually been inside. So sell me on it. Let's hear your pitch.
Oh, gosh. But he means on the spot here. I don't handle public relations type stuff like do.
He looks at the other clowns and they shrug back at him.
Concessions.
No, come on. You work at the place, don't you? Give me the scoop.
Well, it's circus, you know. There's food, games, and a freak show. All the good circus stuff you love.
Come on, go on, tell me more.
Will you quit bugging me? Just go see for yourself.
Tell me.
What's your deal? Are you cracked or something?
Tell me. Okay, fine, forget it.
Tell me. Nice knife.
Do you know anything about that? Oh wait, do you know anything about that camp nearby?
The clown with the meat chuckles quietly.
Somebody got wrecked? Why, that's terrible. Whatever happened?
Well, I think you know what happened.
The harmonica falls silent and the clown's eyes grow very cold. He stops toying aimlessly with his knife.
Well, no. I don't care for that accusatory tone in your voice, lady.
Well, let's see how you feel about a little frontier justice.
Oh no, we're fighting demon clowns.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You could have at least talked this way.
Oh, nice.
We'll let this anyway.
Yep.
Since they
They're
didn't have the
murderers,
intimidation
yeah.
level 4,
Yeah, demon clowns.
you're gonna have to fight them. They're evil.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because these are hell clowns.
Don't spoil everything just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
at least
Nice.
Alice is surviving.
Yeah.
Well, that's one pack of demonic rodeo clowns that won't be troubling people anymore. And boy, did you not expect to be thinking that sentence today.
Look through their stuff.
You poke around their campsite for a bit, but don't find anything of value apart from the leader's knife and a ticket to the circus. Well, the harmonica maybe, but that clown has lips all over it. Ugh. You got an item, clown knife, circus ticket. You also
That's
find
what
a
we need.
note in one of the lead clown's pockets. Ew. Seems to be in orders to check out an abandoned tannery not far from Dirtwater. It's probably a bad idea to let these guys wander around your town, so maybe you should investigate. Danny's Tannery.
All right, you got.
Oh, let's check. Oh no, we didn't check the tent.
We're not powerful enough for that just yet.
Oh shit.
Because
Oh.
trust me, I know we're not.
Okay, we go.
Yeah.
Barnaby Bobs.
I'd like to run away with the circus, please.
Aren't you a little old for that? Sorry, we aren't hiring.
Darn. Yeah. I see the circus.
Well, you came to the right place then. If you want to get inside, you'll need a ticket.
I just so happen to have one.
Clown looks fair size. What? How did you... well, great. Good for you, ma'am. I'll just take that stamp and you head for re-entry. There we go. Enjoy the show.
What about my partner?
Partners get in free.
Thanks.
I'd rather not.
You're
As
going
you enter
to.
the circus, a ticket booth clown shouts, "Welcome to Barney Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus sideshow, ma'am," in a loud and enthusiastic voice.
Yeah, no.
You walk into the circus. Actually, I guess it's more of a carnival, but let's not split hairs. As nonchalantly as possible, there are a bunch of clowns around, working at the booth and so on. More clowns and customers, of which there don't seem to be more than a dozen or so, which is good, and that means the clowns can't disappear as easily as they figure out who you know. On the other hand, if things go wrong here, innocent bystanders might get caught in the crossfire.
Got it.
So these are all murder clowns.
Yeah, and you've got to play these games, unfortunately. Oh, look,
Oh,
kid
yeah,
with bottle
okay.
cap.
There's a kid here searching around with a sad look on his face. Talk to him.
Oh, Lord. Oh, you okay, kid? Did you lose your parents?
This is my buggy better kid. Have you seen it? Have you been?
No, but I'll keep an eye out. What's it look like?
It's Chinese tea in its own little chain.
Okay, I'll let you know if I find it. Test your might.
This appears to be one of those test your strength games where you have to use a big hammer to ring a bell.
Let's take a closer look.
Well, howdy there, miss. You look like you've got a good arm on you, and here's a game that's right up your alley.
What's the game?
Simple as can be. Just take the big mallet here and hit the lever under that bell. Ring that bell and you win.
What's the prize?
Ticket to Barnaby Bob's stage show, which otherwise sold out. It's a rare catch, my friend.
I'll give it a shot.
Sure thing, amigo. Clown takes your meat, puts the big mallet on the counter. Good luck.
There's
Dirty
a
muscle.
way that you could
Yeah, hit it extremely hard.
you can hit it extremely hard or quit it quite hard, which will give you
Extremely hard.
Also, get this. Get the
Pick the
ticket.
mallet, toss it over end, and catch it a couple of times to test its weight, and casually slam it into the lever. Ding! Well, I'll be. That's some genuine muscle you got on you, gal. Looks like you're a winner. Circus show ticket. The show will be starting soon, so don't miss it.
Thanks. That's the problem with this thing, though, because
Let me see that again. Sorry. No, I meant to test your mind. It appears to be some kind of car-based carnival game, though it's not clear how it works from here.
let's take a closer look.
Vass?
Great ability teachers, man. The game decides to take you and tells us the captain, but as for that, well, if you care, try it. We're down to test you.
What's the game?
And then you have to get basketball. I got that jacket, baby. Got here. I'll tell you faces. I have 2 days old back everything. Yeah. You get fucking got a bacon, you know what?
You don't shuffle them?
No, man. You can remember right there, the card top has loaded power to you. Or if you got potatoes rather than you and you want to try and read my mind, that's fine too. Just don't do it too deep.
Well, what's the prize?
I think the Barnaby Bob seat here, which is otherwise sold out. So it's a rare case, my friend.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
You carefully scan the deck of cards as the clown spreads it out in front of you, and then he turns over a sweeping flourish.
Give it your all.
Of course.
The clown starts picking cards out of the deck and holding them up with the backs to you. You rattle off the names as fast as you can, picking them up, and he seems generally impressed.
This banner is so regarded to be Friday. Looks like we've been winning.
Thanks.
I think you get your ticket to Barnaby Bob show, though, and those are limited to one patron. Let me give you the other grand prize.
He hands you a large and reasonably well-made plush owl. You got an item, large plush owl. Ooh, Ava, be careful about that.
Oh, God,
Barnaby
no.
Bob. He might be up to no good. Ooh.
Victor, I swear to God, how'd you get here?
Well,
Victor?
I don't trust these carnival games. You know what they say, a fool and his money
what are you
is soon
referencing?
parted. Ooh.
Victor? What?
Nope,
Oh,
Cedric the Owl from King's
oh,
Quest 6.
Oh,
Or
five.
King's Quest 5.
oh shit.
What?
Yeah, I totally get that. I just didn't realize it.
Ava, maybe we should try this shooting gallery type carnival game.
Victor, I promise you, I'll put a bullet in your head.
You won
Let's take
me
it.
fair and square, Ava.
So to any of you who are watching this recording, they both have played King's Quest series for the longest time. So so that was like off by recording and on Discord. I think it was 1 through 7.
Yeah, 1 through 7. Oh boy.
Okay, I just ahead of you, miss. What we have here is a game for sharp eyes and quick reflexes. Hope you won't take it as an insult if that's just one of the other games that might be your speed, but you're welcome to try your luck all the time.
What's the game?
Did I ever
Yeah, on the
mention-
wall behind me, I've got a bunch of thick-skinned, under-inflated balloons. For 10 meter, I'll loan you a cheap and accurate pistol and a pile of badly made ammunition, and you go spot as many of those balloons you can before the pistol stops working.
Oh yeah.
I usually understand the
Oh yeah.
description.
Did I mention that my parents used to work for Sierra and my mom did all the backgrounds for King Quest 5 through 7?
Yeah, you did.
I don't know if you mentioned it to our Twitch or YouTube.
Yeah,
viewers.
you did mention that. But which game did she work on again? 1 through 7 or just 7 period?
No, 5 through 7.
Did your mother work on any of the Space Quest games?
I think my dad did a bit. I can't remember.
Because if I
No.
played the game for a lot.
By remember, my parents worked mostly on Gabriel Knight 2.
Yeah,
Ah.
the Beast Within. Beast Within. I've
That's
discovered
a
making a
music-
challenge sound exactly as difficult as it is. It only makes people more determined to be the one who beats it.
Well, I'll give it a shot. I'm gonna feel
Well.
like a tag of war.
Ooh! I'm not exactly sure how a jaguar shoots, but presumably it's pretty good. You cleared nearly the entire wall of balloons.
I'm with
The
you.
clown looks generally impressed, Ava. Well, B, looks like you win. Congratulations on the finest shooting I've seen in quite a time.
Thanks.
I see you already got a ticket to Barnaby Bob's show, and those are limited
need to
to
read
one
this
to a
part.
patron. Let me give you other Grand Theft. Oh, Ava, he handed you a large and reasonably well-made toy stuffed cat.
And I
You
hope
got a
this cat
large cat,
kills you.
Ava. Good to go.
Okay, well, the
Ooh.
thing is about this, you just can't get into the circus. It's cryptic. You
Oh,
have
the
to
balloon guy.
do certain stipulations to talk to certain people.
There's a clown here
So-
selling rubber toy balloons. You notice that he's watching you, and then he noticed that you've noticed, and he smiles and waggles the balloons at you enticingly. Back to the clown. Bass, you got this one.
I did it, miss. What's up, miss? Can I interest you in the...
Can you speak a little louder? It's hard to hear you, dude.
Can I interest you? Yeah, in a tiny balloon
Well, how much are they?
for you? Just 30 me.
Well, what colors do you have?
We'll take a look. Right. No, red.
How do you make them float like that?
Why? Just that takes one. Hey, they all fall around here.
Hell no.
Ooh,
That is,
Ava, watch out! That
don't
might
think
be
so.
Pennywise!
Right then.
God.
Right then. you.
Oh no, Ava, you lost 30 meat for a balloon.
Can you tell me more about your circus? Can you tell me more about your circus? The sea bass.
Oh, right, sorry. Really, it's more to carnival. Well, I get all split hairs. Well, what do you like to know?
What are your traveling plans?
Oh, haven't decided yet. But that's why we set down somewhere a bit more rural. We keep things quiet, and while we scout around, get all lay at all.
Where do you travel from? Where are your previous stop? What? Was your previous stop interesting?
Oh, northwest is. It's a little hole in the ground kind of place. You would have heard of it.
Why is everyone reporting you're a clown?
Oh, it's right now. When the what do you call them? Rodeos stopped being put on. The rodeos took other jobs at circuses and carnivals. The years just became a normal thing for carnies to be crowds. It's society, you might say.
Well, we all live in a society. Who's this Barnaby Bob guy?
Oh, that boss is a real famous showman. No, not surprised you would have heard of him around here. Got eye like a hawk, and he's a real whiz with those eyes, Biz. Don't miss his show. It's a real highlight of his carnival.
Okay, I see you around, clown.
Oh, careful about these
Don't
clowns.
you
They
dare
act
say
very serious.
Don't sit up.
Actually, like, the L's name is not Victor, it's Cedric.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Wait,
Well, let's go to
Oh,
the
yeah,
freak
oh.
show.
wait, Victor? Wait, hold on.
This clown is presumably.
I
selling
thought I
tickets to
heard
the
you
Sad
said. I thought you. I
No,
heard
we
you
said we've always say Cedric.
Cedric. Cedric.
Oh,
Yeah, we know.
I always.
Ted and Liz,
Damn,
can I
missed-
interest you in the wondrous and mysterious delights of the sideshow?
I hate when I
Hmm?
misheard things.
Dude, it's
It's okay.
fine. It's a part of life. People mishear things all the time. What makes it more interesting? You're making me sound mature, Bass. Stop it.
What?
Oh, Ava, be careful about
Cedric,
going
I
into
swear
that
to everything good
sideshow.
music. Well, what are you having there?
Just get on with it.
Secrets,
get on with it.
mysteries, things too weird and disturbing to be witnessed by the light of day.
Well, what are you? Okay. Gosh. How much does it
Not
cost?
just freaks. For you, 300 meat.
And for everyone else?
300 meat.
Okay, I'm in.
You won't be disappointed. In the event that you're disappointed, no refunds. Oh, he took your 300 meat, Ava. There you go. Enjoy.
Yes, Cedric, I'm
Okay,
aware. He took
okay,
my 300 feet.
Okay.
You keep losing your meat. How
for-
will you pay for anything?
now,
The
I'm
sideshow
gonna,
tent is fairly large. And
whatever
packed with
that
weird
plush
things to
is,
look
I'm gonna go ahead and
Like
take
all-
it out somewhere. All right.
at. Like all good sideshows are. Ooh, Doctor, why are you taking me away from Ava? A few lanterns are hanging
Because you
from the
you're gonna
ceiling,
nuisance.
casting flickering shadows
with your
around and
useless
making everything
information.
look like even more eerie. A clown is hanging out there, presumably trying to keep an eye out on exhibits. He grins and nods as you enter. Come on in. Take your time. Have a good look around. Just remember, no touching. Oh,
Yeah. Get. Oh,
Kill it, Bass. Kill it, kill it, kill it.
is there any tape around here or anything?
This looks to be one of those weird bent mirrors
Joker?
that make you look all crazy. If there wasn't enough crazy looking stuff around here today, look at yourself. Yeah, this mirror somehow shows what you look like in clown makeup. Bloodshot eyes stare back at you from a pasty white face painted with an odd pattern of red triangles. The flickering lantern, right, almost looks like she winks at you. Brr. Yeah, be stretching out, Ava. Those are like weird bent mirrors. Yeah, I saw that one. You're gonna mirror again, and the clown you is still there, staring. Very slowly, her mouth opens into a wide grin, revealing multiple rows of yellow pointed shark-like teeth. Not wanting to keep looking, but unwilling to turn your back at it, you slowly slide away until it's no longer visible.
Yeah, we're not staying
Demon
here.
clowns.
Yep.
Based on his attitude, uniquely combining attentiveness and extreme boredom, you assume this clown's job is to keep an eye on the sideshow exhibits. I'll do this one.
Talk to him.
Howdy, miss. Welcome to the sideshow.
Thanks. What's to see here? See him
Well,
here.
down to the left, we have our collection of spooky warped mirrors. Right, we have exhibits of clown eggs and pickled punks. Further down to the right is our freak show. Feel free to explore, and I'll be here if you got any questions.
Okay, let's ask a question. Actually, I can't really. What about those
have a
weird mirrors?
Ain't they right? Call an optical illusion. I understand it. That's the way light reflects off of them.
I'm 100% sure that's what I can't. What I thought can't be explained by the reflection of light.
No telling what you might see if you look too long.
I'm gonna check out the folks and check these eggs out way later.
This guy is startling sight, even for a circus freak show. His entire head is one enormous eyeball. As you look over him, he stares back at you. Now that's got, not that he's got much of a choice.
Let's talk to him.
Bass has got the eyeball.
Hello, I'm Ava.
Bass.
He doesn't say anything. Can't talk.
He makes a sound.
Okay. Bass, you got the eyeball. Just make any kind of sound you can think of.
I'll do
How's it going?
No, hold on. Say it again. Or hello.
Can you talk? It's
Take a
not.
close look at him.
Oh shit.
You move a little to the side and lean over the rope and get a close look at the guy. He's basically just what he seems to be at first glance, a guy with a giant eyeball for a head. You do notice two things, though. First, he has an odd lump at the, well, what you would call the base of a skull, if he had one. Sort of crumpled fleshy mass the size of a fist. With a squint and some imagination, it almost looks like the crushed and shriveled vestigial remains of a human head. The second thing you notice is that his ankles are locked to the legs of his stool, and the legs of the stool are bolted to the floor.
So, the circus gig. How you like it?
His hands slowly curl into fists, and the knuckles turn white with tension.
See, understand, I mean, do you blink? Or wink, I guess? I guess not. Well, okay, I'll see you around.
Hey, do you remember do you remember that there's one Undertale meme where someone had a dream that where Papyrus is replaced by an eyeball named Prunus?
I don't remember.
Frontal, yeah.
No, I don't remember that at all.
Explain.
Basically,
Explain yourself, sir.
okay, so I'll reread this comic pasta. This is gonna be a fun one. So, I had a dream. I was playing Undertale, got to the snowy area, and it was mostly the same, but Papyrus was replaced by this new character, Prunzel. Prunzel sprayed with this high contrast black and white photos of realistic eyeball, roughly twice as big as Papyrus, and looking directly at the viewer. Whenever Prunzel spoke, the music completely cut out, and instead of text, it was an ominous red glow emanating from a text box.
Oh, really?
Roll.
Okay.
This man is neatly dressed, though his suit is a bit threadbare and out of fashion. He's smoking a pipe and leafing through a magazine. When you stop to look at him, he nods amicably. Talk to him. Well, hello there. Welcome to the sideshow. My name is Douglas.
Hi, I'm Ava.
Delighted to meet you.
So what's your deal?
Well, I am in a sideshow, you mean?
Well, yeah, you seem perfectly normal.
How forthright of you. Of course, it is only natural to wonder.
Wait a minute. You said that last bit without moving your lips. Are you a ventriloquist?
Not at all. Allow me to demonstrate. He stands up, turns around. His back is at the same as his front. That is, his suit has been tailored with two front sides, and he has another face on the back of his head, with his hair cut and parted appropriately. Ta-da! As he sits back down, his knees and other joints crack and pop loudly as they reverse themselves. Douglas winces, slightly though, certainly not as much as you'd expect. Oh, it's, you know what it is, Vass? It's Nuke Saku from JoJo. He had that same ability.
What?
Yeah,
You got a
the...
female face on his back.
I was thinking about Voldemort in the first Harry Potter.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. What in the? Surprising, yes.
A bit, yeah. How's that even possible?
Douglas shrugs and holds up his pipe to the now back of his head so his other face can take a puff.
Are you? What's the phrase? Siamese twins?
Not exactly. It is difficult to describe, I'm afraid.
Two minds in one body with no face?
It'd
With two
be
faces?
closer. It would be closer to the truth to say two instances of the same mind, with, as you say, two faces.
You're right. That doesn't make sense at all.
The other face chuckles, and Douglas holds his magazine behind his back. It took some getting used to. Not much is quite certain.
Were you born like this?
I would rather not discuss how I came to be this way, if you don't mind.
Okay, sorry.
No apology necessary.
Your niece must be a wreck.
Surgery was necessary to permit them to bend in both directions. It sounds worse than it feels, I assure you.
Why are you in a sideshow?
I have a contract. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot the clown making a gesture, but you didn't catch what it was. Douglas clears his throat. Plus, well, it's quite the life, you know, free roam and board, travel the world, and you meet such interesting people.
Talk to you later, Douglas.
Right on. There's a lady in here with her head sticking out of a hole in a large metal box. She nods politely at you. Oh no, Master, what happened to you?
Hello there, and you're joining the carnival?
Well, it's interesting.
She smiles slightly.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Can I ask you a question?
Certainly.
What's in your name?
I'm Janet. And you?
Ava. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Ava.
Why are you in the box?
That's a real personal question, isn't it?
Oh, sorry.
I'm only teasing, dear. Would you like to see inside?
Sure.
Sure.
Janet whistles a signal clown and he moses over. He unlocks the door in the front of the box and throws it open with a theatrical flourish. Inside, instead of Janet's body, you see a tangled, complicated assortment of glass tubes and pipes, ticking clockwork gears and pumps, liquids of various colors, mostly red, slosh through the tubes. A large bellows near the top inflates, then begins to slowly deflate.
What do you think?
It's some kind of a trick, right? It's some kind of trick, right? You're folding up behind a mirror or something in there, right? Something?
Not trick.
The clown chuckles and walks around to the back of the box. He opens a hatch and waves at you through it, then saunters back to his place by the shelves.
It's horrifying. It looks like something out of a nightmare.
Yes, that's an accurate description.
I'm sorry, I hope I haven't insulted you.
Oh, no offense taken. I've only got to see myself once in a mirror. It took quite a while to get used to the situation.
Okay, examine her workings.
Of course.
You watch the various liquids slosh around in their tanks and pipes for a minute. Weird, gross, but it's indeed educational. You got anatomical learning. How did this happen?
How did this happen? Were you trying to have a terrible accident?
I'm sorry, but I can't talk about that.
Of course. Sorry. It must be a painful memory.
Her calmly composed face creases into a very slight grimace as she shoots a sidelong glance at the clown.
Yes.
Well, it was nice to meet you. Well, it was nice to meet you, Janet. So long.
Good luck, Ava.
Oh, shit.
Super Planet.
Jesus Christ!
Go back. We gotta see that again.
See what again?
There you go. That's what she's made out of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or is she? Dun dun dun.
She is. But we can't look at those eggs just yet because we got
Hot food. Cold drinks. Except for candy. Red Hots, call the clown behind this food stand. Red Hots, foot longs, 2 kinds of mustard. There's also a small sign that says "Lost and Found." Talk to
the vendor.
Found grins just as at the little charcoal grill behind him. Howdy, ma'am. Interested you in a hot foot long sausage?
Are they actually a foot long? I mean, 12 inches, because a lot of guys says that, but
I'm just gonna stop you right there, seeing as there's ladies and children's present. You want one or no? Old man Murray, get out of here. No more fuck
No.
arms for you.
I can see the lost and found.
Oh, sure thing. What'd you lose?
A lucky bottle cap.
Clown pulls a wooden box out from under the counter and looks inside. Here's your luck. This one yours?
For,
He puts the box on the counter for you to see and turns back to his grill for a moment.
For some reason, when
Oh,
that-
shadow body cap. There you go.
when you do that, like, I can imagine like somehow an old man is like almost fading into existence.
Yep. Shiny bottle cap on a metal chain for the little kid.
We're just gonna try to do the important messages because if we
Yeah.
read everything,
No
it will
problem,
take
ma'am. Oh, yeah. I know. I love this part, dude.
Leave.
Alright, go back to when I play. Alright.
Hang on a second. Let's
Couple
talk to
drinks,
this guy.
couple candy. Cotton candy, calls a clown behind this food stand. There's a clown
Oh, he's-
selling a whew noise with a slide whistle. Come try this just invented confectionery delight.
He has nothing important for us.
There's nothing interesting back that way. There's a clown here selling rubber toy balloons. Wait, or is it the same clown as before? It looks identical. Is he following you around? Talk to that clown.
What a mess. Anything I can do for you?
Weren't you on the other side of the midway just now?
No, that's just the other blue guy. We just dress alike and use the same face. Did we fool you?
He grins and gives you a big, exaggerated wink.
I see.
Anything else I can do for you?
I'm
Okay,
good,
thanks.
thanks. So let's get back. Let's look at
Cold
bottle cap.
drinks.
This is all just to get into here.
Let's wait to the egress.
Aren't you gonna get that bottle
Ava,
cap?
cast egress, level 1. Yep, it's a little kid. Alright, get ready, Vess. There's a kid here. Let's talk to the slag kid. You gotta get him out of here.
Hey, ma'am, did you buy my little bottle cap?
Is this the one?
That's it. Thank you, ma'am.
Whoa, he's happy.
No problem, kid. Let's talk to him again.
There's a kid playing with a bottle cap on a chain.
Talk to him again.
Whoa, look at it, get a little jig.
Oh, yeah, man. Say, that's a real nice blue. You want to trade? I'll give you my little bottle cap for it.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Here you go. Thank
The
you,
kid runs
ma'am.
off
ma'am.
with this new balloon.
You're welcome.
Good, he
Good
got
job.
out of here.
I don't know.
Now we can kill all the demon clowns.
Not
We
yet.
couldn't
no,
do it in
we
front of the
can't.
kids. I know.
Not yet. Okay,
Such-
now we could talk to this guy
Nice
again.
his attitude. Oh, yeah. Hey there,
Ask
what
the
can I do
question.
for you?
And you can ask all these questions, but the main thing we have to talk about is number 2 about these people. Well, what
mean the
about these
freaks?
people?
Man, the freaks, ain't they a scream? Well, the giant eyeball head is my favorite. That's quite fella.
Uh-huh.
If you had a question about that too, feel free to ask them personally. I don't want to be telling tales out of school. The eye guy can't talk though. You ask me about
This
him
is
if you want.
a little bit more information, just backstory of them. Not really important, but this is what we really need to ask.
Yeah.
Does he ever blink?
You mean wink? Heh. Nope, no eyelids. I gotta toss a bucket of water over him once in a while so it don't get too dry.
He does look a bit dry now. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, it's getting about that time. Excuse me for a minute.
Sure.
Sure.
Now let's take a
Shells are
close
displaying
look
a
at
large
the egg.
collection of certain food. You see several shells of white eggs, each one painted with a unique pattern and colorful shape. A small egg pinned on one of the shells says clown eggs. In the circus community, it's traditional for each clown to paint their chosen makeup pattern onto an eggshell. Clown eggs are archived for future reference to ensure that no one chooses a pattern that's already been used. It is considered extremely taboo to wear another clown's face. Let me one of the eggs to these clowns that work in the circus. You recognize a few of them, like the clown in the sideshow tent, the ticket seller in the front row. Say, wait a minute. Here's an egg for that balloon selling clown. Didn't he tell you there's another guy wearing the same makeup? According to this sign, that seems unlikely.
Let's look at the eggs more closely.
As the clown's distracted, you take the opportunity to get a close look at the eggs. You notice there's things about them. Notice that there's too large to be chicken eggs. You have no idea what kind of eggs they are. Second, they've all been broken and they're all very meticulously glued back together. Almost look like they've been reassembled after something's been hatched out of them. And thirdly, one of the eggs features a pattern of red triangles that you recognize. That's the same clown version of yourself that you saw in the mirror earlier. You quickly step back as the guard clown turns. Gives you a fair amount of side eye, but doesn't say anything.
Okay, now we're getting to the meat and potatoes of the circus.
Yep.
Either way you go to doesn't matter.
Egress.
But,
Oh yeah, the balloon clown.
You gotta talk
That's
to him
us up
again.
again. Oh no.
Yes. Oh, frick. He doesn't have it. Hang on a second. Let me go back to the other guy.
Yep. No, you want? No, this is a crab walk. It's way to Egress. Ava cast Egress level 1.
Talk to him. Nope. Okay. I probably did something wrong. Hang on. This is gonna be a speed run of this part. Let me speed run it just for a bit.
What about the jars?
The jars really don't have anything important in them. They're not relevant.
Gotta do
Ask a
for you.
question about the people. Tell about the eggs.
That's a traditional clown thing. Just place there next to them that explains the detail. With your girls, please. They're fragile.
Talk to him. Ask a question. People. Does he have a blank? Sure.
Mm-hmm. Shelf.
Yeah, okay. He doesn't say anything different.
What other cold drinks go?
No, nothing important. He doesn't really say anything. It's just jokes.
Mm-hmm. What color?
Oh, I need the. You know why I can't access this story? Because you need the balloon.
Oh.
Which sort of
You get
kind of.
another one? Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
take one.
fortunately.
All right,
now
here we
we
go.
have it unlocked.
Yeah, same face paint.
Earlier, you told me there was another clown with the same face paint.
Vas.
That's right. The other balloon seller.
Except I looked at the clown eggs display in the slideshow. There's only one egg with that pattern. It's supposedly taboo for a clown to use another clown's makeup.
Hey, you're real sharp. Better watch out you don't cut yourself.
So what's the deal?
You're right. That's just me. I walk around the midnight and sell balloons on both ends. When people ask, I like to have a little fun with
So you're not just actually following me around.
them. Why would I need to do that? Your dangers are easy, right?
Alright.
Anything else I could do for you?
I'm good, thanks. Okay, since we have the
Uh-oh.
balloon back, now we can enter the sideshow.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay. Must have counted and seemed to want your attention. The three muscular clowns and begun to talk to him.
talk to him.
Ticket, please.
Ticket for what?
Barnaby Bob's Stunt Spectacular.
What's that?
The boss does a show.
Yes?
Yeah,
What kind of show?
knife tricks mostly.
Here's my ticket.
Okay, go on in. Show starts soon. He enters the
Yup.
stage area.
So let's
Yep.
sit down, have a
Stage
seat.
must be for the audience. You take a seat, and a smattering of other patrons appear and sit down as well. After a minute or two, there's a crash of cymbals, and a clown runs up on the backstage curtain, jumps onto the stage. In contrast to the other clown's colorful coloring, you know they're simply black wool trousers and a bright crimson shirt under a pale tan leather jacket with fringe on the sleeves and red heart painted on his shoulder. His face paint is plain white without any colored accents, contrasting his curled black mustache and thin goatee. A snappy silk top hat with a rakish tilt tops off his outfit. He doffs his hat and bows with a deep theatrical flourish. The small audience claps politely. Loathing.
Clap. So this is very good. You could do this part.
Yeah.
You could fit them so well.
Okay.
Vass, you want to do it?
I'll tell you, which one do you want to prefer?
Y'all could
Well,
both
you're
take
being
it.
Barnaby Bob unless you want to do Barnaby Bob.
Well, no,
I can
Yeah.
do it.
I think you have something in there.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, and welcome one and all to Barnaby Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus sideshow. I hope you've been enjoying the attractions, distractions of our little traveling carnival. And now it's time for our star performance, the main attraction. Ladies and gents, put your hands together for. Loud drum roll starts as he gestures to the curtain. Then the cymbals crash again. The clown puts his hat back on with a chuckle. Hey, Barnaby Bob!
Applaud.
Much obliged, you're far too kind. Why, I haven't even shown you anything yet. With a laugh, he flips a large Bowie knife into the air, and you didn't even see where he pulled it from. The knife glitters as it spins. He catches it, flips it in the air again. This time catch and balance it on his point, on the tip of one finger. Holds that pose very still for a moment, then jerks his hand out of the way. The knife thunks into the wood at the stage floor, deep enough that it has to give it a jerk from side to side before he can yank the blade free. He winks broadly at the audience. Wouldn't be any fun if they weren't sharp, wouldn't it, ladies and gents?
Up again.
Damn it. He pulls two more knives from his jacket and begins flashing an elaborate knife juggling act. 3 spinning blades somehow turn into 4, then his hat is added into the mix, floating lightly through the cascade of knives without a single scratch. He finishes the routine by catching 2 of the knives in each hand, allowing his hat to fall nearly to the ground before catching it on top of his boot and kicking it back into the air and onto the top of his head.
Applaud.
Oh no, there's some applause I believe I've earned. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it took a lot of help to get where I am today. He chuckles as he adjusts his hat back to its original rakish tilt. Now for the grand finale. For this, I'll need a volunteer from the audience. A few hands go up. Barnaby Bob knows someone looks directly at you. How about you, madame?
Okay.
Good, I like a brave one. Step right up onto the stage here. Your name, please?
Ava Carson.
It's a real pleasure to finally meet you, Ava Killer Carson. Uh-oh. A couple of clowns haul a large wooden panel about 7 feet tall and 4 feet wide up onto the stage. They stand up vertically behind you and stay there holding it steadily. It has 2 holes in it slightly above waist level and a lot of knife marks. Press your back flat up against the wood. Please put your hands through the holes. You do so. The holes are just a fraction too high, so it's not very comfortable. Then one of the clowns pulls your arms back tighter and ties them together with rough hemp. It becomes much more uncomfortable, for a variety of reasons. Don't worry, this just make sure you don't make any sudden and unexpected movements. We wouldn't want that now, do we? Wait a minute. I got some. What? Oh, no! Don't trust Mr. Bonnett! It's a trap!
No.
Fret not, miss. Everything's under control.
What now?
He steps up close to you and adjusts your color, brushes a little dust off your shoulders. Alice had to put the gag back onto Cedric. My control! You know, Ava, we get a sharp customer through here from time to time. But my, you're the sharpest I've seen yet. However, I'd bet a shiny silver dollar I've got something up my sleeve that's even sharper. His pupils narrow to vertical stilts as he grins at you, revealing rows of pointed yellow shark teeth. As he turns away, you can see that the heart of the shoulder of his leather jacket is drawn with an arrow through it in the word Mom. It doesn't look painted on.
Free my hands from this foolishness.
You struggle a little, but your arms are too tightly bound. The rough hemp rope digs into your wrists. Barnaby Bob strolls to the other end of the stage and faces you. No, don't worry. This will all be over soon. Just don't. He has a knife in his hand again and gives it a few twirls and flips. Light reflected from the blade glitters in his hand, then without warning, he hurls it at you. The knife hits the wood before you can even blink, a hair's breadth from your left ear.
I'm staring him down.
Barnaby Bob grins at you and the crowd applauds. Another knife appears in one hand and an apple on the other. He tosses the apple to one stagehand and carefully bounces it up. Time for the old William Tell routine. A bit of a cliche, perhaps, but there's a reason it's a classic. Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm taking a deep breath.
The crowd watches with rapt attention as he flourishes the knife, spinning it and flipping it behind it in his back, then faster than you can register. Cold apple juice dribbles into your hair and down the back of your cheeks. 2 for 2. What do you say? Shall we go for one more?
Staring him down again.
Barnaby Bob pulls out another knife and gives it a quick stropping across the pale leather sleeve of his jacket, then whips a colorful spotted handkerchief from his pocket and blindfolds himself. This time his smile is much colder. I'd advise you to watch closely, Ava Carlson, since you're the only one of us who can.
Watch closely.
The crowd laughs, but you don't really hear it. The knife spins in his hand, this time either because of the adrenaline or because he's actually moving slower. You see the motion of his arm as he throws it. He twists his wrist in a way so that you don't think he did before. The knife is flying at you. The knife is flying directly at your right eye.
Don't move.
The knife incredibly swerves at the last possible moment. You can feel the wood shake from the force as it stabs into the board. The metal is cold against your right cheek. The audience erupts into cheers as Barnaby Bob removes his blindfold and pumps a fist triumphantly. One of his stagehand clowns unties your wrists and helps you get your arms out of the holes. Bob takes your hand and race it into the air victoriously. Well now, ain't she a good sport, folks, and as brave as a target as I've ever had. Take a bow, Ava Carson.
Taking a bow.
You bow to the cheering crowd, carefully keeping your eyes on Barnaby Bob. He bows as well, removing his hat with an elaborate flourish, and then he takes a slip of paper out of it. And as a token of appreciation, I'd like to give our star volunteer a gift. A year's supply of dynamite. Use it in good health. As he hands you the coupon, the clown leans in close to your ear and whispers, "This was all the only warning you'll get, girl." You got an item, coupon for a year's supply of dynamite. Barnaby Bob waves and blows kisses at the crowd as you climb down from the stage. Then he disappears through the backstage curtain. The audience gradually disperses.
Yeah, I ain't done with them.
This little trailer's probably Barnaby Bob's office. Examine it. Wagon isn't old but well maintained. Brass plaque on the door reads Barnaby Bob, confirming your suspicions.
Now, there's a certain way you have to go about this. I know we already know about the tannery, but we need to get on his good side.
Yep.
So,
Knock the
let's
door
peek into
politely.
the window.
I'll peek in. You see Barnaby Bob sitting at a desk. He seems to be inspecting a large map, but you don't make any details of it.
Let's knock on the door politely.
You knock on the door. Come on in, Barnaby Bob calls. You open the door and walk into Barnaby Bob's office. He looks up from his desk, expresses, "You! Here, I thought I made myself perfectly clear the last time we met, and yet you knock politely and walk straight into the lion's mouth. You are either extremely brave or extraordinarily foolish, girl. Both,
I'm neither of those guys. I'm Goku.
I got some questions that I need answered. That need
And you
answered.
think I'm going to answer them? If I didn't find you amusing, I'd have banished you off the face of this earth for what little you know already.
I appreciate that, but I just can't leave the situation unresolved.
What curiosity what curiosity did to the cat is going to seem like a Sunday picnic compared to what I'll do to you if you anger me, Missy. Go ahead and ask your question, but bear in mind, I already gave you your fair warning.
I don't
Who are
think.
you?
The clown smiles sarcastically. Why, I'm Barnaby Bob, at your service, ma'am.
You know what I mean.
If my estimation of your intelligence was not entirely off the mark, you already know the damn answer. You are wasting my time and yours. You have precious little.
Okay, what are you doing here?
Straight to the heart of the matter. Well, now that I had you pegged as a clever one, so why don't you tell me?
You're here because of the cows.
Perhaps you've got a brain rattling around in that skull of yours after all, girl. That's correct. The cows came home, as you say, and we followed them.
Why?
Why? Why, don't disappoint me now that you've impressed me, kid. Think about it. Your age-old enemy that you've been fighting since time out of mind, ups and leaves, no farewell, no postcard. Wouldn't you want to find out, know what the hell's going on?
You don't know.
Dear, oh dear, I've gone and said something I probably shouldn't have. Missy, you're treading on some dangerously thin ice right now. I hope you are thanking your lucky stars that I consider you to be essentially insignificant. I can hear those gears ticking in that 3-pound dog's dinner you call a brain, miss. Now it's my turn to ask a question. How are you going to convince me that I shouldn't make you disappear like a fart in a tornado?
Well,
Make it good, Ava Carson. Make it good, because you get one chance at this.
you need me.
Do I now? What, pray tell, do I need you for? My freak show is plentiful.
There aren't enough of you to be an army. You're just a scouting party. You're a reconnaissance, like an adder. I say that word again?
Reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance. You're here to gather information,
Yes, and?
and you can't do that effectively. Effectively. Not the way you guys look. You stand out way too much. You need a human scout.
Don't you play games with me, little girl. You're talking to Barnaby Bob, Duke of Hell, and I can make your worst personal nightmares look like a choir of softly singing angels.
I'm serious. Look, I'm not your enemy. The cows are. And if you're afraid of after the cows, not humans, then you aren't my enemy either.
The enemy of my enemy.
Can't imagine we'll ever be friends, Bob. But so long as mutual profitable, I think we could come to an agreement. Your promise to leave the people out of this world alone, and I'll tell you anything I find about the cows.
I gotta hand it to you, kid. You may well be the first human being to ever leave old Barnaby Bob speechless.
We got a deal?
All right, I agree. We don't make any trouble for the humans. You bring me anything of interest you found about the cows. Hell, if it's good, I might even pay you.
Good.
You're a smart gal, Ava Carston. You better be smart enough to know what'll happen if you double-cross me.
I'm didn't raise no fool.
Good for her. He shows you the map on his desk. There's a location circled in red not far from Dirtwater Mared Tannery. This'll get you started. There's an old tannery way south of here. I sent a few of the fellows there already. Go have a look. If you find anything worth seeing, you let me know. One thing, you are strictly undercover. I won't be telling my boys about you. Not that I could easily get a message to the ones out in the field anyhow. If you need to defend yourself against them, well, so be it. Good luck to you.
Leave. This is why we stay on this good side, because we get that. We get paid for child bounties.
That and or you're dead.
That plus okay before we do this.
But yes, if you're wondering,
Damn.
It's like the great primeval war from Diablo. You know, where the angels and the devils fighting each other.
Damn, mate.
Think of it that way.
Damn, like, what a hell of a journey.
Yeah,
Barnabas.
yeah. The Barnaby Bob thing is awesome. I mean, again, there's
It
so many
is.
things. That,
This game
again,
is awesome in itself.
these are demon clowns from hell fighting hell cows.
Honestly, like, this whole journey, like, feels like much more than, like, the whole entire dream sequence in, well, Dragon Age 1.
Mhm.
I'm not serious. It just feels like an entire section.
See, Ava, I told you that Barnaby Bob was up to no good. Oh, thank goodness you were able to reconcile with him.
I'm working with them for now.
Yes, that's just what Prince Alexander and King Graham would have wanted.
Oh, for the Lord God. Alice, do something about this
Ooh.
owl, please.
Sure thing, ma'am.
Can't catch me, Alice. Screw you.
Okay.
Cedric finally flies off.
Okay, so, okay, I put Corfine on him.
Too late, I'm already gone.
Just talk to her again. Wait, this place is so far away from the town.
It's all lifeless.
Go ready.
That's
Vassy Vass.
If it were running, you'd be understand. Tennessee die happens.
They do.
guess we better check it out.
That's rotten cow flesh. Yeah,
Rotten cow flesh.
remember tanneries where they clean hide, you know. Not that there's a lot of fighting going on inside the tannery, except instead of the regular fighting grounds,
Actually, I
sounds
didn't
you're
know
used to, like shouting and gunfire and chairs being broken over people's backs. You hear a lot of ghostly bellowing and shrill crackling laughter. Sounds like a real bad scene in the woods. But yeah, Vassy running a tannery is where they take the skinned hide off of an animal, i.e. a cow, and they have to dry it out. So you're drying out all that blood before you start making it into hides.
I'm getting the feel this reminds me of World of Warcraft. Was it tanning specialty?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, skinning.
Well,
skinning. Yeah, it's called skinning.
27?
Yeah, it's called skinning.
No. What I'm trying to do now.
Oh, you can't get rid of me that easy, Ava. I'm still in your inventory forever.
I thought you were gone.
Nope, I have now become an inventory item. Can't get rid of me either, Alice. Woo!
Spell damage.
What does the large plush cat do?
Oh, this is the large plus cat?
Yeah.
Plus cat.
I gotta read that. Well, now, this is as fine as stuff as toy cats you've ever seen at a traveling carnival in the woods miles from anywhere. This item gives you and your offhand Moxie pistol attack. What about Cedric?
Oh, well, Cedric is for mysticality.
This big plush owl is actually pretty impressive for a carnival game loot. The eyes might even be real glass. Oh, so it is Cedric after all. Nice.
Shit.
He's got his own little monocle. Yeah, because Cedric had a little
His
monocle.
core muscle.
Yeah, all needs is just a vest.
Yep. I thought he had one. He almost looked like he had one in the picture.
No, he didn't. Well, actually, we could go back and look. No, there's no vest, but I found
it's
it had
close, yeah.
That's 4 mysticality, so that's 34.
It seems I'm always approachingly finding you, Dasher.
Oh God, no. So the thing is with this, they do have clowns in there, but they also have tanned meat from demon cows.
Yeah.
And there is one tanned enemy in there that hits you hard. And
Oh
two
yeah,
hits can
Alice
knock
is
you
gonna
over.
die immediately because we've not leveled her up at all.
Well, that's the NPCs and our partners are always fine. They don't die.
I know. I'm just saying that she's gonna maybe.
I need
hit
to level myself up to like level, at least a level 40
Oh
for
yeah.
picking cowhide.
Oh yeah.
Because it won't do
It's
me
more
much
harder
damage.
than yeah, it's more harder than doing the Necromancer Tower.
Well, the Necromancer Tower, I can get to that easily.
Yeah, I've done
Because
that.
there's I'll tell you guys about that later once we get to it, but not tonight.
Coupons
It's already
apply for
11.
free dynamite. Woohoo!
Now, need some food. The potted meat.
Food. We got potted meat for the rest of the day.
It's 5, 5,
You probably
5.
open the can with your bare hands because you don't have time for a can opener. Eat the meat. It tastes way better than you expect it to.
I'll be darned. With the potted meat, gives us 5
Nice.
vitality, 5
We
muscle.
just got some. We got some delicious halva. All
and
right.
look at our
Shout
stats.
out to Steve MRE 1989.
Look at our stats.
And yes, to all viewers out here, I recommend that channel, Steve MRE 1989. He reviews old, ancient MRE rations as well as recent food rations.
Dang it. I was wasted. Dang, come on.
Tincture Opius Wellington Super Grip. Increase your
Physicality by
Keep
3.
tequila. This isn't the fanciest whiskey. It's West important to stay drunk at all time. Label says from Italy, so it can't be that bad. Special kind of underground.
That's by 3.
Yes, Vass. I hope you enjoyed Steve 1989 MREs.
No, I
Okay.
haven't watched it, but okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, check it out. Yeah, he eats again. He has eaten some MREs from World War II and the Korean War. So a lot of the sea rations.
4. So
This kid, he actually stopped at 1 tequila. It did kind of taste like a floor though. Tequila.
good for though.
Get stuff. Yep. I remember the old Pee Wee Herman movie.
It's the tannery.
As you enter the tannery, the second thing you notice that this place has been abandoned for years, probably since the cows came home. A lot of equipment is wrecked and all of it's covered with dust. The first thing you notice is that there's a bunch of rodeo clowns in here fighting with, well, they aren't cows exactly, they're more like possessed skins of cows. That's a little strange because you've seen people wearing, for example, cow leather chaps, and you've never seen anyone being attacked by their chaps. Maybe there's something about the tanning process that makes the leather impervious to possession, and these cow ghosts, whatevers, are untanned hides. In any case, the clowns and cows seem preoccupied enough with their fighting that they haven't noticed you. At least not yet.
This is ground.
Whoa. It's your partner. Vassal.
Okay.
Now,
That's-
when I get out of bed this morning, I was expecting to gather demonic rodeo fighting reanimated cow skins.
Aren't you glad you came with me? You've never seen a thing like this in Boring Springs.
Well, you ain't wrong here.
What do you think we should do next?
I should just tell you what you should be doing next. What tasks we need to do. See?
Well, if you're going to find out the lay of land, I guess the railroad code will be able to give you a very little interpretation.
Any other
Of course you
ideas?
got that. Alice points out that you've got enough scrap for the professor to do whatever you want to do with this for now. Thanks for the
Yeah.
reminder.
Thanks for the reminder.
Oh, there's a pocket of lie.
Can't do anything with it.
As you approach a clown and weird cow leather ghost thing, they take notice of you and stop fighting while they process this new development. Clown unfortunately seems to decide he hates cows more than he hates you. Cow unfortunately says it hates you more. Hate it right back.
Hit it right back. Hatred.
Oh.
Hatred.
Yep, yeah.
Ah.
You beat the cow, but the enemy of your enemy is apparently not your friend because the cow says it's turned to be on the right side of the screen.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, they're so quick. Give me the old 1-2 punch, Ava. Oh, we got one. Well, that's one clown and one cow down. You hear a lot more fighting going on in the rest of the tannery, though, so that pat in the back will have to wait till later.
Back to exploring.
Oh, Looks like you found an old toolbox.
Open it.
Looks like you found an old besides some miscellaneous scraps and junk naturally accumulated too, guys, you found a handful of nails, a pair of sizable, sharp, serious-looking scissors. Ooh,
Can't
nice.
let the cheers. Can't really do
What about
anything
that bucket
to
of lye? Oh, man,
Not gonna lie about it.
well,
That was a bad joke.
can't lie and oh yeah.
See all that? Yeah.
Yeah. You attempt to sneak out, but this cow fails, assuming you were even sneaking out and not just moseying over. The cow appears all too willing to add to your face list of faces they hate and turn their attention from the clowns, who jump on this opportunity to get the jump on their ancient enemies. So you're on the fracas. Oh, they're quick.
Look at that damage I do.
Oh yeah. Alice, get more damage.
I'm trying.
Gotta do crits and all that. She's just automatic.
To inform the clowns who were on your side in that fight betray you.
Damn clowns.
What would Barnaby Bob think?
They're not gonna go after her. They're gonna just go after me.
Yeah. You have the most aggro. Feels kind of strange to be fighting alongside demonic clowns, but I guess war makes strange bedfellows. Please ignore the fact that I just used demonic clowns and bedfellows in the same sentence.
To exploring. But you see this thing right there?
The scene has the makings of a real brawl. Not only does one of these clowns have a nasty look in his eye, nasty and typical, I mean, but one of the possessed cowhides is stretched on a tanning frame, which makes it stronger somehow, I assume.
So since we always go here first, I had to raise my mysticality up to nearly 40 to 45. Because example.
Oh, the quick.
Since I'm at 40, he whipped it. If I were to enter this place below that, that would take half my health.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that sucks. And when you leave the tannery.
Ooh.
See, the clowns aren't doing that much damage. And the reason why I want to put more scrap.
Guess what? Clowns turned on you after all the cows are dead.
This is not surprising.
And betrayal.
Excuse.
I need to read my AP up.
Yeah, you need that 1-2 punch. Oh.
The doc is good for something. Healing me up. You can run by a thread. That's so annoying.
Hey, what a mess that fight was, and what a mess the floor was afterward. At least now you're free to poke around the scenery. You take the nasty clown's knife, and oh look, they also had a key. Varmint skin and knife, tannery backdoor key.
Let's get to it.
The body must have been lying here since the cows came. There's much left in him.
Search.
The body must have been lying here. You poke around the tattered shreds of his clothes and find an old key, tannery St. Ridge key.
Ooh, pile
of loose boards, hammer and nails. Oh, it's great. Make the rope, ranch dressing. But I'm more of a buffalo ranch dressing myself. The door's locked. Oh boy, oh geez, it's not a good situation to be in. You quickly have out some old tan hides, huh? That's why they called it that. There are 3 clowns in here, each armed with a nasty looking knife. One of them is licking his knife. The sound makes you think maybe he's literally sharpening his blade on his tongue. They are facing down to 2 stretched out hide cows and a monstrous thing that looks like an entire cow skeleton draped in flayed cow skin. Listen in.
Who's gonna take this?
Vass will be the clown.
I bet you think you're a red cover right through the door to the human brain. Do you think it would have followed you?
Moo.
Do you think you would find a weapon here 2 years against me, or are you just trying to escape?
Moo.
Would you take that back?
Moo. None of them seem to have noticed you. It's like you could sneak back through the door if you're really careful.
Not happening.
Moo. When they see you, the clowns and cows stop hissing and mooing and posturing each other.
Hey, who the hell are you?
Candygram?
Moo.
Uh-oh.
That's our chance. Get up.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
Whew. I've gotten wiped out many a times coming here way too
it's
early.
two cow, tan
Those
hide effigies.
hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like tanks.
Freaking hell cows. I swear Diablo is behind this in some form. I'm sticking by
And
that.
The thing with this is, well,
Ooh.
since I never played Diablo, I wouldn't know what's the connection to.
Well, the thing is that they always joke that because there was cows in the first game that there must be a secret cow level. And so then they kept joking in every single one that there is no cow level, even though Diablo 2 had a cow level and Diablo 3 had a cow level, where you had to fight demonic cows.
Oh.
As predictable as ever, the clowns turn on you once you've helped them defeat the cows.
That was a like rumor turned reality type of situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since you're out in farmland, what is your experience with cows?
I never been on. Look, New Hampshire ain't much of a farm state. All right. I know there are homes that can be like farms, but we ain't much of a farm.
That's more like Maine, I'm thinking then. Wait, it's a good thing the clowns hate cows more than they hate humans, or that fight could have gone way worse. Fortunately, it seems pretty unlikely that you'll run into any more animated leather-clad cow skeletons on your adventure, right?
Ooh. Ray.
Woohoo!
Hey.
Okay.
You approach the hide warily. Looks like it was too tan to be possessed. Well, the reason why I say that, Vass, is because I've been up to Booth Bay Harbor in Maine, and it was more farming up there. Must be a storage shed. Maybe.
I mean, there are parts of Maine that I have been to. Say, for example, Portland. Portland.
I love Portland.
I always go.
Oh,
Me and my dad usually go to Portland on occasion.
Oh, when I was up there, Vass, I went to the original LL Bean that was up there.
Ooh, nice. You're still.
There's a guy back there hiding behind a barrel. He isn't very good at hiding. Oops.
Oh, we're good. Just,
Yeah, I don't know if you ever been to the original LL Bean.
No, I never heard
hello?
of that. Oh, thank God, you aren't one of those horrible clowns.
Nope, I'm Abel Carson.
I'm Grady Tanner. It's a good thing you're right. I could have held out for much longer.
Are you actually a Tanner, or is that your surname?
Well, both.
What are you doing in here?
Hiding.
What I mean is, why are you hiding in here?
Because I don't want to die.
Look, what's your story?
Well, I was scavenging for town materials. Well, Spain ain't easy to get a hold of as it was in the old days. But while I was searching, those clowns showed up, and then those clowns showed up, so I locked myself in here.
What's cow's pain?
It's a herb used for tanning leather. You can't grow it in large batches anymore because cows show up and break the place. So there's other stuff we generally use for pig leather and so on. It's not as good though.
Cows wreck your herb gardens?
Yeah, either growing more. About a flower pot's worth. They get a wind of it somehow. They hate this stuff. Can't figure out why. Here, I got the OXCs you could have. Be careful with them.
How long have you been in here?
3-4 days. I'm sorry. Cowboy poisonous, so I've been chewing on this old leather house for sustenance.
Seriously?
Yep. Want some?
No. Well, look, I took care of the clowns and the cows.
Wonderful. Thank you. As soon as I get a new shelter, you can count on me for any leather goods you need. And the first one's on the house. You wouldn't have it to know where I set up a new shop, would you?
What happened to your old shop?
Care to guess?
Cows?
Yep.
Well, there's an empty lot of dirt water you could probably use.
Yep.
Oh, great, I'll head there. Thanks a million, partner. I owe you one.
Nope. No problem. Now
All right, we got a leather worker. Woohoo!
Now we must hang on to these cows things.
Yeah, cow's bane. Yeah, the cow's bane.
We need them for the cows.
So now we gotta go back to Barnaby and tell him the good news.
Yep, the Rooney Zuni. Circus.
Yeah, main stage.
He'll ask for the cowsbane seeds. Do not give it to him.
Oh yeah.
In every circumstance, do not give it to him
Yeah, I remember that.
at all.
I have limited reserves of both time and patience, so I recommend you waste neither one, Ava Carson.
I checked out that tannery you mentioned.
Did you now? What did you discover?
A bunch of animal cows' hides. Plus a whole cow skeleton with a leather just sort of draped over it.
They were able to animate the leather. That's interesting, but not wholly unexpected.
There's more to it. There was a leather there that wasn't possessed, and what they know, and we know if they could animate any other old leather because of the people's hats and stuff. I think it's just untanned hides.
Well now, that is information worth knowing. How nice it is when an arrangement works out to mutual benefit. You gained 250 mate. There's more where that came from, if you can tell me more about that tanning process.
There's a plant called cowsbane.
Used it in tanning leather, apparently cows
They're
had it.
used to. Oh yeah, I mean this part. There's a plant called cowsbane. They use it in a tanning leather. Apparently the cows hate it. It's like anyone growing it.
Fascinating. This is valuable information indeed. You gain 250. If you can provide me with a sample or even a supply, I will reward you handsomely.
No. I've killed some cows if you're interested in bounties. So we don't.
Yes, I will be delighted to pay you for proof of your kills, Eva Carson. Let's see what you've brought me.
We need these cow tongues, unfortunately.
So,
Back further in my interest, Bob.
Give them all 6 cow fangs.
Well now, I'll have to fashion myself a necklace or something, I suppose. You pile some cow fangs on Barnaby Bob's desk.
hey, what happens if you get Barnaby seeds?
Anything else I can take off your hands today?
No, I never really tried it because you screw yourself over if you do that.
Yeah, you don't get something that
there's a certain ending to 100% this game. You have to
you have to play nicely with Bob, but don't give him an important item.
Yeah, you need those cowsbane seeds.
Anything else I can take your hands off today?
Yeah, soul fragments.
You pull a bunch of cow soul fragments out of your bag, and Barnaby pulls out a jar of stuff to put them in. Well now, these will provide a little merriment in the dull times. You've earned yourself some meat, my friend. You gain 120 meat. Anything else I can take your hands off today?
Nothing, I guess. Never mind. Well, you live their usefulness. You know about Fort All Dead that we went to, and those toy skeletons that we got?
Yeah, that Ava, Alice wanted something to do.
Guess what?
Yeah, the toy skeletons. Yep. You can probably get this army to attack a place by putting your little toy skeletons there on the diorama thing. You put toy skeletons around the little circus tent, Barnaby Bob's going to get quite a surprise tomorrow. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's why we need these guys alive. And once they're done with their usefulness, then we kill them.
Woohoo!
So, also he gets good boots. Anyway, now, since we got that out of the way, let's go to the professor.
Dynamite Dan?
No, we got the, don't need to
no,
go
but we got a Dynamite Dan, don't we get the coupon? Wave a heat,
we don't need
behind, turn around, see a hell calf. Alright.
Kill it.
Whoa, they're quick.
It's dead.
It's your cowboy for the meat, extra thick leather.
Let me see how much vibrato scraps I got.
You had enough, yeah.
If I have over 10, I have 10. Good. I need those 10.
Yeah, because remember Alice said we'll go see the professor. Good to see you again. Have you got those 5 piles of scrap yet?
I got them right here.
The animal's over the strange contraption in the corner of the room. Great, let me just, yep, okay, this'll do the trick. Let me just get this running, and then you'll be able to grab a keystone from it. I'll take another 5 scrap for each one you need. Very familiar with the lost Dutch oven mine. Grim place, but that's where I found the chassis of that fabricator wedged behind an unusual pile of rocks. Good place to start hunting. You discovered a new map location, Lost Dutch Oven Mine. But don't go in there, it smells terrible.
Okay.
You know why, Dasher.
Yeah.
Don't you get it, Vas? Lost Dutch Oven Mine, you know what a Dutch oven is.
I need to, grind more leather.
I really, I'm almost about to pass out.
I mean, but you realize why it was called that, right?
No?
Dutch oven is basically when Couples in bed. You fart, and then you put the cover over your loved one so that they smell it.
Okay. Now I realize it.
Mm. See,
Okay.
you see the stench there. Yep, I'll shove them. These lockers are
Just
all
loot 'em.
labeled unlocked. Loot 'em.
Loot 'em.
Miner's pants, gas mask. Yeah, what you need for this. Miner must have been down there, but stench. Upstairs. Soda crackers.
Oh,
Sugar.
that's Splatoon time.
I don't know what kind of tobacco these miners are chewing, but it
Pass
must
us
be
this
extra
part.
corrosive because this brass spittoon has a hole eaten through the bottom and dark stains underneath it where the spit leaked out. Although oddly, it doesn't seem to be leaking now. It's half full. I guess the miners plugged the hole with something.
Fast is Splatoon time.
Fast.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yes.
It's
Splatoon.
Splatoon time.
Spittoon.
Okay.
Alright, I'm ready.
All right.
Inspect it.
It's a spittoon. It's disgusting. You can practically see the stink lines coming out of it. Come on, let's not do this.
All right. Inspect the Splatoon.
Ah, geez, fine, okay. You crouch down and take a careful look at the filthy spittoon. Inside is blackened with years' worth of stains. The death broth inside has a rainbow sheen like a parking lot oil spill, and occasionally a little bubble pops out of the surface. You can actually feel a slight warmth radiating off of it from whatever dire chemical reaction is taking place in there. You realize you're holding your breath, not deliberately, but from the human body's natural instinct for self-preservation.
Inhale.
Imagine someone made a big pot of chili con carne and left it under the porch. 3 rats crawl into the pot, eat half the chili, and then die. A week later, a family of cockroaches takes up residence among the rotting maggots. The cockroaches smoke thick black cigars, which they light with tufts of burning human hair. This is what it smells like.
Search it.
Fortunately for you, the rainbow-colored film on the surface of the liquid coats your hand as you plunge it into the toxic stew, keeping from it being immediately dissolved down to the bones. The smell intensifies and your stomach prepares to hose the poisons off of your arm with a high-pressure stream of vomit.
Keep searching.
Your fingers touch something at the bottom of the spittoon. Better pull it out fast while you still have something to pull with.
Pull.
You pull the world's most disgusting pair of pants out of the spittoon, jump back as the hole of the spittoon's bottom, now unplugged begins to sleek, streaming field. Congratulations, you're now the proud owner of the worst object I have ever been paid to think about, narrowly defeating a leather bondage harness made from the skin of a clown. Spit soaked
Hooray!
paint. That's a good way to end it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Let's end it here.
Man, that was. No.
Ooh,
that
be
was-
careful wearing those pants, Ava.
Yeah.
They've been in somebody's mouth.
Ah,
Yeah.
It's a running gag between me and Dasher Vass.
Yeah. Let's not overuse it too much because I don't think Bass likes it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for letting me stream this today, Bass.
Yeah.
Hope I can come back next Wednesday.
It
Yeah,
was
well-
wonderful.
anytime when you can. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Not to mention, I still have to work on Blazing Dragons for you so that I can show you how I can get through a puzzle game as well and show you a
I'll
nice,
just-
fun alternative to 7.
I'll stick to Wednesdays at around 8:30 my time, Central Standard.